Whoop, hang on. Game crashed. Boy, small amount of technical problems today, but whoops. One sec. All right, there we go. We seem to be operating now. Yeah, I started the game and then it just abruptly went, you're not playing today. So, I had to restart the whole fucking thing, but okay, folks. Let's get back to the ye olde fucking grind as I seem to do every season, but maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's just, maybe I'm summoned, on the onset of the Valhalla event, because apparently that's confirmed that is gonna get a rerun at some point. Not sure when, but, yeah, no, apparently this is how they summoned me. With, the promise of cute girls and alcohol. Who knew? But okay, right, so, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Phontomen, and welcome back to Girls Frontline. That game with those cute girls that lures you into grinding forever. But, remember, though I may be uselessly behind in everything and kind of a mediocre streamer to watch for really anything other than just me at this point, you're really just here for my personality. It's definitely not my composition or strategies. But, yeah, I am the dead man resurrected, as I proclaimed last stream, or roundabouts, that, yeah, now I'm commanding Sanguis Ferry units. They just kind of, they brought me back and they have me managing the edgelords, which, it's a living. Right. This is all still running, and then there's that DJ Max, event, which, yeah, I have no idea what the fuck that game is, but there's apparently an interesting story. I don't know if it's as good as the Valhalla event was, but you know what? It's apparently okay. We will look into that later, though. It's running until the 20th. I probably will just pilfer the loot. But, oh boy, I'm really not in the mood to read for 15 hours today. That's, probably why we're going to be, avoiding that for right now. But, hi, Jill. Right. As you might be able to see over everything, the girls have been very busy. Hi, K11. Right, so, the girls have been very busy restocking all the ammunition and, rations, and now we are good to sit here and grind for several hours. Though this may not be the only thing we're playing tonight, because I have a hankering to fuck around with some things in Arma, but we'll see how long we get. See how long we get on here. Let's at least, do something productive today. And that is grind. So, let's go through, all the, base structures first here and get everything operational. I may not, really be managing anything other than the Sangvis, all that well, but, I'm trying. I've collected batteries, mostly, on time. Look at me go. Right, so. Just more chips. What are we gonna do with the chips? Fuck if I know. Right, so. Pure samples, and I can quick analyze one of those, and is that gonna give me anything? It's 5-star chip. I've not actually dove into how to actually run, or rather equip Hawks at all, because I can't actually use them. Well, I haven't, gone to the upper chapters and actually, gotten to a situation where I can actually deploy the damn thing, so they might as well not exist. Oh well. That's the last time I played before we got back here, and I suppose, Babbage's difference engine. Steam. But, Yeah, no, I suppose I was accidentally killed by the tow squad when they were mishandling ammunition. That's what killed me. That must have been what killed me. I don't remember, though. You know, the whole dying in amnesia thing. But yeah, that was the last time I played, and we didn't even really get to use the squad because it was kind of a lot of effort to actually get. But, oh. Yeah, did I mention? I didn't check the game yesterday. So, I'm just hoover up all this bullshit. What do we got here? Ooh, an EOTech. Lego pieces, batteries, training data, a minuscule amount, but okay. Digimine fucking, whatchamacallit, memory fragments. We'll use those eventually, because we have to actually get Uzi to her mod 3. Because her, Molotov upgrade is actually pretty fucking neat, and lines up with some of my plans. But anyway, so, let's see here, Snowflake, actually, yeah, we could probably, see, I could be saving these for other things, but I don't really need any other things. So, I got one of these, so I'm just gonna grab these, because I don't know what those do, but I think those are required for something. Might as well get them, though. You know, it's always a sensible impulse. You know, walk into a random shop in a video game and see the most expensive thing in the shop and think, you know, I'd probably be okay if I buy that, even if I don't need it. Probably necessary at some point. Probably important to have. Alright, so just a shitload of batteries because those facilities aren't going to upgrade themselves. So, 170 batteries? Not bad. And then I'm not gonna. The only thing you could use the wasteland stuff on is the whatchamacallit, the effects, I think. Oh wait, no, the equipment, which I'm fairly certain nobody I'm actually upgrading is actually using any of this shit currently. So don't need it. So then we just come over here and we get cores. Because you always need fucking cores. Yes, 10 whole cores. The 14 whole cores. That's an upgrade for a 5-star dummy. Nothing to scoff at, really. Okay. That's the base camp done, though I could have been using the train. I've gotten kind of used to using the train, and I backed up like an idiot. I guess I came here just to get this. Or average items. I mean, okay, if you want to call it food average, probably don't want to go to the restaurant. I didn't have someone on logistics. Well, shit. Anyway, important place. I got Quest down there too, I just saw, but, oh well. Busy. Gotta capture runaway goth girls. Please hold. But, yeah, so, I've been getting the cheap ones, or rather getting the 1-stars when I can, but now I've got 3 Dragoons, and I don't think I'm actually going to use the Dragoons, because the Dragoons aren't actually that good. But I've determined that I'm going to get 1 unit essentially fully upgraded with all its dummies and try to get an XL unit for it, but that's kind of hard to get. Or rather, there's a really low chance of dropping. So, I'm just going to get, 1 unit set up with the maximum amount of enhancements or dummy linkings that I can get. And then if I happen to stumble across an XL unit, move all that shit to the XL unit. But 1 unit of fully upgraded... well, 1 fully upgraded unit for each unit type, just for the sake of saying, I did it. But hey, a Dragoon. Those are actually useful if... Well, it's useful to have it, even if I'm just gonna melt it down. So, Rippers... Though I probably should get the... Probably should get the Dragoons out of the way while I can, I suppose. I guess I can risk it. Because I'm not actually using the Dragoons. Or rather, if I get an XL unit, I can just junk everything else. Okay, medium, okay. Okay. So we're getting there. And just get the Ripper, just to get the Ripper the fuck out of the way. I got a fair number of Aegises as well. Even though the Aegis is not as good as the Manticore, but still pretty fucking good. And since I last streamed, there's actual documentation on a lot of these units now. And yeah, the Manticore is about as good, apparently, as thought. Which, it's good to have validation, right? It's good to... Ah, motherfucker, there's one. Son of a bitch. Okay, there's still 5 of them too, and I don't have any fucking impulses left. Son of a bitch. Well, actually, whatchamacallit? We'll go back to the, maybe we tripped something. So let's go back to, the main base here, I suppose. Let's go back to the main menu, see if we tripped a squad. It will stay there, unless I click it away. Now, question, does anyone know, if I use the bombing runs, does it prioritize the units that are on screen first, or does it draw just randomly from the whole pool in the area remaining? Anybody know? Okay, that's the fucking signature analysis bullshit. One day I'll care about Hawks, I suppose. It's kind of a redemption arc, I guess. You know, they apparently they contributed to my death somehow. I'm making up now, and it's totally legit. I'll care about them one day, I guess. I'll learn to not look at their section of the dormitory with scorn and sorrow. I was going to be a good male protagonist, and then all of a sudden some asshole drops a tow missile and explodes in my face. The T-Dolls come back, you just build them back, however it was kind of hard to put a human back together. Well, before we do anything crazy, I guess we'll just look at the factory here, look at these units. Because I think I have... Let's see, well, dummy link. Quick, because I think I have a fully upgraded Ripper unit, so I think I can melt down that Ripper that I just got if it's not maximum size. And also, I got myself kind of a pickle here. The Striker that I have is medium, and there's an XL. Well, I got that. I need to get the memory gas, I suppose. It's weird. I'm not sure how that machine actually fucking works, but you just take the stats from one unit and stick it on another. I believe the dummies come over as well, but you need to actually get those. Well, you need to actually have enough gas to do it. But so, yeah, where the fuck is the... Yeah, no, I must have a Ripper already. Okay. Oh, right, I forgot to put that guard... Motherfucker, I didn't put that guard together. Shit. Okay. Tiny guard. Gardo Jr. They may or may not have stuck with... Some T-Doll bits in your way... In you to try... in you to try and make it work. I suppose I may be bionic. That's what it is. Right, I'm part one of these flighty women with guns. Right, so there's that. But the quick way of doing that is just go to enhance and development and see, gee, I wonder if whatchamacallit? I wonder if I have a foot. Yeah, there we go. That means you're useless. So let's see here. The Dragoon is a large unit that can be melted down. Good. Apparently the Numium is, according to the updated documentation, pretty good. It's not as good as the Jaeger for certain reasons, but it's very good against, it's better against high health single target enemies because the longer the Numiums fire, the higher damage they do, because every time they fire, they up their crit rate. So that just keeps stacking until all of those shots are crits, which is neat, but the Jaegers have longer range, and there's a range mechanic. There's a different range mechanic for coalition forces where they don't have individual ranges. They just use the range of the longest of the unit in the echelon with the longest range. So if the Jaeger has the longest range, so if the Jaeger's there, they'll all shoot at the exact same range as the Jaeger. The Numium has shorter range, and so it can't see as much. So the Jaeger is pretty much the best backbone for a Tangvisferi echelon here, a coalition forces echelon that you could probably get in terms of like reliable damage. Obviously, the ringleaders are going to do more damage, and then, well, there's obviously stuff like the Manticore that just sits there and laughs. But seems like you put a Jaeger in the back of the formation, you're going to be fine. Right, okay, so there's also the Aegis that I didn't, wait a minute, okay, so, yeah, did stack the Aegis as well. Yeah, whatchamacallit, I guess I forgot, I got these things, but I guess I forgot to grab them, and then, we need the funny gas. We need it for several units. So we'll just, we'll leave that one, but pack this one in here. Just for the sake of just putting it over there, and then we'll move the stats over when we actually have a chance, and then I should have pressed the other back button, not that. Son of a bitch. The wonders of mobile game interfaces and it tripping a menu every 3 seconds. Okay, so... Is there anybody else that needs to be up here? The Dragoon does, right. So the Dragoon, large, move the other large in there. The Dragoon is fully upgraded, and now we can just start melting down Dragoons. Good! Right, so, you are needed, you are not needed, and you are not needed as well. So, melt down, and now we get kernels! Hooray! We can redeem those. For other things, however, they take quite a lot of kernels. We could even get Executioner right now if we actually just start melting down things en masse, but Executioner's not that good! Alright, so, I don't think I have any Petri dishes, though, so there's no real big rush to do anything else. But, yeah, as you can see here, the Manticore isn't here, because the Manticore is now 5 stars and fully upgraded. I just don't have any dummies for it. Okay, so, the Aegis is there and I need to be transferred. The Striker needs to be transferred. The Ripper and Vespids are fully upgraded. The Dragoon is fully upgraded. I don't have any other doubles, so good. We're managed. Well, organized, I guess. Do I have any repair? I actually do have some contract. Fantastic. I still need Vector. Is the tank still rolling as he was? I repaired the tank for the sake of doing so, but, tank's still operational. Let's see here. Alright. Yeah, Vector, one Vector, one Vector. Funny enough, Vector seems to get spit out of the machine gun recipes. Let's see. Yeah, no, okay, looks like people are having luck with this one. Production 2 on the dot. 320, that's not it, but what's this one? Any luck? Oh. Mac. Well, we haven't seen you in a while, but you've been with me in Vietnam, so that's... Get out of the way, you have enough screen time. 150, none of these are probably the dulls that I want. But okay, moving on. She got your back. I do like her design, too. Edgy enough for me, and even in my, my new coalition forces, role and attire, I guess. Theming. Okay, there's another one. Or another production ticket, if we actually want one. I'm going to be rolling, and I've got plenty of supplies to do so, but okay. I'm going to test something, because I don't actually know. This may potentially wind up being wasteful, but we're going to use the wonders of the Savarog? We're going to call in the bombers. We're going to call in the bombers, and they're going to carpet bomb the area, and then we're going to pick up the pieces of the, the Sangvis that happen to get caught in the bombing run. But it's okay. It's just EMPs. That's non-lethal, right? It's not like you blow the brain out of a machine. It's not like it's a sort of kind of death. It's, most of the body's right there. Machines don't have a soul, right? Nothing can leave. You just fix it, and it's good as new, right? But, I need to test here, see if I can actually get the Manticore, because when you use the tickets, they're 100%, you have a 100% chance of actually getting the unit, but does it take those units first, or does it randomly pick? I don't know, and this is gonna be kind of costly, because these are kind of actually pretty hard to get. Just an electromagnetic tap to the head. Yeah, totally non-lethal, but yes, this is a bear with a fucking underslung, EMP, holding gantry? I'm not quite sure. It looks fucking cool when we get a cutscene, but you can do up to 10 of these. However, these are kind of hard to get unless you start shilling out, which I can't shill out. The tickets pull from the whole pool, not the ones on screen. Are you sure? So it's, each one of these tickets is a random chance on its own, right? It's a 100% chance to pull a random unit from the pool, right? Quiet. Well, let's try our luck anyway, I guess. This is the first time I'm doing it on screen anyway. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So Dave Rogers, not to, devalue your word, but yet, no, confirmed, and I will never be doing that again, but an extra small, rice cooker, as it's been nicknamed. And extra small, Prowler Jr. It's a fucking prowler the size of a dinner gate. Okay. So, Brutes may be 2 stars, and that's new. However, apparently Brutes are shit. So, oh well. But I'm gonna keep that just because. But yeah, okay, so unfortunately, the bombing runs do not actually take... You'd think it'd be sensible, right? You go, oh, there's 3 units that I want. I want all of these units, or I want a 100% chance to get one of these in front of me. So you go to the bombing runs, and you go, oh... You'd think, oh, well, it'll use these 3 units and then randomly draw afterwards for whatever the fuck's next, right? So if you use the bombing runs and you use 3, you get all the 3 units on screen. Sensible, right? But that's not how it works. What a shame. But okay, now I know for myself. XL and XS and XL are auto locked. Why is extra small auto-locked? It's the worst stat unit you can get. What is it? Are they... Can we use them as pets? Can we just have them in the rescue center? It'd be funny, really it'd be funny if they did. But anyway, so I need to dump more batteries into the tactical chip research station. Oh, it's already at level 5. Oh, well, 5 is as high as it goes. Oh, okay. Thing is, we didn't get any extra chips. That's funny, because there are other chips. I guess they're added in with the other ringleaders. Because the wiki has a couple of other chips, details on some other chips, but I guess those are on the other servers that are ahead of us. Oh well. The impulse reactor is at level 9, and that's as high as it needs to go, because any higher, and you can have one more impulse, which... Look, if you're not playing the game for a week, maybe that would interest you, but you're gonna have enough fucking pulls even if you put the game down for a couple of days, so I don't think anyone's ever gonna need that. But why the fuck is extra small locked? I'm entertained that we got that. I just wish it was actually an actual Sangvis unit so I could just kind of giggle. No, I'm gay. What is... Collect the smallest coalition units for the first time. What does this mean? What is the motivations behind creating these units? What are they for? What is the game here, game designer? What is the grift? It's funny, but what? It's probably an inside joke. Only the devs know. Well, clearly, what I need to do is I need to get my hands on whatchamacallit, just on fucking extra small Manticores. Just have the tiniest spider bot army. Fucking, there's gonna be a joke. Whatchamacallit, maybe in the joke anime, if they haven't already, if they actually make more of that, maybe they'll highlight on this, and maybe Sop2 Jr. will have friends. On today's episode, Sop2 Jr. encounters Junior Sangvis units, and then learns to I care about friends. I get, she probably tries to eat them once. Learns to make friends with her enemies, something probably important like that, and probably adorable as well. Okay, so the thing about the sizing is that the sizing determines their maximum stats, I think. It's for stat growth. So, this is actually probably one of the worst units in the game in terms of stats. It boggles my mind why the fuck you would... Why? It doesn't have anything else on there's a joke here. There must be some meaning behind this, but I don't know what it is. Okay, so we also have a Brute, which is a melee unit, and apparently, runs in and McFucking dies, though... Damn, if she actually got, some art, she'd probably be a good-looking, a good-looking waifu here, Likes knives, though, but... You see, if you squint and look at the cute picture, and I use my years of corruption, from viewing things on the internet, I let the distorted half of my mind take over, and, I look at this and I'm seeing... tan girl, okay sized bust, maybe some tan lines, even though what would be the tactical use of that, I don't fucking care. Not like Sangvis Ferry did before everyone got shot. Laughs in playing the game since launch, 3 years. Well, Pred, funny you should say that, but I was also here since launch. I actually played in the EN beta. It's just that, holy sweet mother of fucking God, the last couple of years have not treated me well, and I couldn't manage the game properly. So, Tactical tan lines, yes. Right. Beach camo. It's about urban, I think, and, I don't know, maybe she can, no, actually, you see, you kind of squint a little bit, you see, like, hexagons? I don't know, maybe it's active camouflage. Maybe she can, maybe if you, whatchamacallit, maybe if you tweak the settings a little bit without her knowing, you can, you could just kind of shrink everything down to a reverse bunny suit. Shrink all of her, basically make all of her clothes invisible aside from 2 sensor bars. You see, this is what the corrupted half of my mind does. But many people have said this, but fucking Sangvis units need art. Jesus goddamn Christ, why did you put these on? Why did you put these in here without basic portraits for them all? I don't understand how the fuck that works. Unless fucking coronavirus. I can understand the coof making it so nobody could work here, but throw the starving artist a bone here and get these girls basic fucking portraits. But, what's her? Wrathful combo. A brute's normal attacks inflict 2 instances of 40% melee damage. That probably gets a little bit more impressive when you level the skill. Every 6 seconds, 1 normal attack reduces the enemy armor by 10% of the brute's AP for 2 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. Stabby, any fucking clip in Higurashi, if you've seen it, where someone gets brutally fucking stabbed repeatedly. Yeah, okay. She probably doesn't have all that, well, actually, we don't actually have an AP stat for her. That's not actually listed. You have to go look at that in the more detailed stats, I guess, but, they don't have equipment either, so we don't actually have any way to increase that AP, so whatever that AP is, it's not getting any better. Wombo combo. Armor-piercing daggers like Strike Gundam? I mean, I suppose so. But no, don't bring seed into this. Obviously, they're progressive knives from Neon Genesis Evangelion. Obviously, this one's the Oscar. Clearly. That's a much better reference. Artists, I'm giving you ideas. They're free. If anyone's out there. Dear God, the Sangvis need more fucking art. Yeah, geez, you look around at Danburu, some of them's good, but there's not a whole lot of really good art for these girls, mainly because everybody's just so fixated on the T-doll waifus. Come on. Sure, they're not as good as the Abyssal waifus in terms of, waifu ability, I guess, but that's the thing about them. The Abyssal waifus already have good art because they came in with good art, because Kankali's that kind of game that doesn't half-ass things. That's the one thing Kankali's does. They're slow. They don't change very often. You still need a VPN to play the game. But when they produce something, it is of the highest quality waifuism, and that's the only reason the game is alive, because it's definitely not the fucking gameplay. It's definitely not the fucking gameplay of Kankali keeping that shit running. It's like 75% comic at this point. How am I doing today? Okay, I guess. A little bit slow on the draw, I guess, for getting up today, but I ordered a pizza here. I feel like I needed to pick me up here. And got some coffee, and then we're gonna, sit here and ramble about waifus here. But yes, any artists in the building, if you wish to embark upon a, a noble crusade to those anime whores in need of what's the term I'm looking for here? In need of good press. There's a word it was on the tip of my tongue, but I can't say it. But anime girls in need of good press. Take the brute here, make her look attractive, add some tan lines, and maybe actually no, that bust size is already pretty big. Come on now, give him some love. Is it agent? No, I sleep. Unfortunately, we're gonna be waiting for that for a while. Not gonna lie, if they released an EN Cancali, I would still play it and have me and my shipwifers in the game. That's the funny thing. There are people that would actually play Cancali even today if it was actually in English, but they don't want to do that. They're sitting in their little walled garden and they don't want to come out. So you have to forge your paperwork in order to get in. And when you force your way in, really at the end of the day, it's a game that is really aged poorly because that's like first gen waifu gacha games and we're on like Gen 3 at this point. You'd probably be able to class it like you'd have that, so Cancali, and then second generation was Girls Frontline and Azur Lane. Third generation after that is fucking Arknights, which is like fucking space magic in comparison. So you could whatchamacallit, Gen 3 and 4 you could argue with, but whatchamacallit, you could say Arknights, and then you've got Genshin Impact, which is just fucking sort of the, Breath of the Wild, but a fucking gacha game. So Cancali is aging very poorly as this genre accelerates the light speed. Waifu optimization. It needs it definitely could use a facelift and a re-release because it's funny because you could probably, if they gave you a version of Cancali that you could read, and most people who play gacha games today would be able to play it just fine because most gacha games that we play are just based around all of the basic mechanics in Cancali. They're kind of just like, it is baby's first waifu gacha. Most of the, like Azur Lane to an extent and Girls Frontline to an extent are take Cancali's lessons and then build a more complex game on top of those lessons. But in the end, they're just adding on top of what was already there. Even Girls Frontline here uses the same construction method, which is stupid and needs to go, but it's there. Like the fucking, the resource lottery. That's like one of the oldest gacha mechanics that you could find, and it needs to go, but it's still here, I guess, just because the game's so old. Or rather, it's taking from Cancali, which, it does that, and it's built upon it, so there's no way of getting rid of it. I did play Genshin Impact until I managed to level up my world past a point I could level in and play. Whoops. Now whatchamacallit, the grinding for Genshin Impact is probably one of the most iffy things, honestly. I mean, it's a good experience if you're just, taking it slow and enjoy yourself and just, playing it like a not terribly intensive open world game. But the problem I found is that there's an extraordinary amount of restrictions in that game. And even if you pull something really fucking good from the gacha, making it actually powerful takes fucking forever because you're still level gated, which is fucking annoying. Like the Manticore. Manticore was overpowered out of the box. That was fucking clearly evidence. You don't really get that in Genshin Impact, which makes me question why the fuck it's a gacha game. There's no thrill in that gacha. I mean, just to make money, I suppose, is at the end of the day, but if you're gonna give me a gacha and you're gonna say, oh, well, you can get this thing and it's kind of average, or if you're really lucky and, the dice turn up, all sixes at a lower probability than the fucking, the fatality rate for the coronavirus somebody actually pulled out. Most SSR games have a 5-star pull probability lower than the death rate for the coronavirus. So if you're really lucky, you get this thing and then everything's just great. Genshin Impact doesn't really have that. I mean, sure, there are some things that are more effective, but I looked at it and went, well, this is kind of boring. In terms of like a lottery or a gacha, if you're gonna have a gacha, it's not an exciting gacha. It's an okay game, but I have so many fucking other things to do than get lost in wandering around playing Breath of the Wild. But it's anime ass. That's what we said this during Enlisted. Genshin Impact is an ass man's game because that's what you're staring at most of the time. And if you look at the art, look at the girls, that's kind of, you see some patterns. Okay. I'd help you out, Goon, but my budget is full with $100 waifu figure, Halo Infinite, and Sugu and 4 different sweater art comms. So I'm booked for the year. Well, everybody needs something to keep them happy, I guess. I still love the designs for Tenryu and Musashi. That, again, Dancing Fool, on the point of Kankali. Yeah, no, the designs are great. They're trends, they're, like, industry standard setting designs. They are memes, and they are immediately recognizable to anybody who knows literally anything about, well, the barely dressed PNG games. So, those are, they're good. So, that's what Kankali has, to its credit. The problem is, Kankali's rapidly getting outdated in terms of gacha, and it's mostly still got an audience and pull because of the porn. Because definitely not the international audience. Let's see here. Right, so I'm fairly... Yeah, we have a... Right? We got fully upgraded Jaeger, right? Which I don't think we can stat up anymore. Okay, that's dummy link, right? We have, just to double check before I start melting things down, yes, XL Jaeger, good. And then, XL Guard, so... You and you go into the scrap heap, and I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do with that Prowler, but I feel like I need to actually keep that just for the sake of it being a mascot. Just, yeah, sits there like a tiny fucking mecha crab, and, if anybody looks at it funny, it raises both of its arms and snaps at you. Let's see here. 200 Darkstar Kernels, which you need a lot of those, but hey, we might be able to get some Petri dishes, or maybe some, whatchamacallit, some of the stat exchange gas. So, So we got the Brute. I guess we'll try, just for the sake of freshening things up. We can give well, we got the Aegis there. The Aegis is going to be able to hold down things, but, yeah, now we're building kind of a comedy unit here. Like, I've got an A and a B team here, and Scarecrow is running what appears to be the B team. The porn drew in most of the international audience it has. Quite, Dancing Fool. Quite, very choice comment there. Entirely accurate. Apparently, the KC devs are very upset with how popular Azur Lane is getting with Baka Gaijin. Yeah, no, I saw the creators' comments on that, and I have to just laugh my ass off at them. He sounds like Leiji Matsumoto in terms of, like, distorted fucking reality. Because, if you haven't seen what Leiji Matsumoto actually thinks about World War II, you are, that man is not sorry about the war. But you could really infer that the Kankali devs are very upset with Azur Lane because it's popular with Gaijin more so than Kankali, also centered around allied boats. Horrible Gaijin boats, of which they release like one every fucking like rotation of the largest planet in our solar system, right? Every planet alignment equinox or whatever the fuck it's actually called, we get an American boat. They're not even really that good. They could have made so much bank if they released KC in English. Yeah, they could have made so much bank if they actually fucking cared about anybody else's opinion outside of, like, the tiny little group that they have. Also, they could have made so much bank, excuse me, if they made animes that were actually fucking good, because apparently the only animes that were, well, actually, there's only one Kankali movie that's actually good out of the bunch of shit that was produced. It also doesn't hold out on pointing out the horrible shit that was done during the war by the various sides. Yeah... By the way, Gruna, as I've been playing Fate Extella, the Umus has certainly grown on me. Tomo is still better IMO, but I find her antics endearing. Yes, the Nero Umu-isms, they're infectious. Nero is a meme. Even though my main problem with, yes, you can have Nero be the personality that Nero is. Making him a woman is okay. Where the fuck are you getting that? Where are you getting that from? Because, you know, the most amazing thing that Nasu ever wrote was King Arthur was actually a woman when they hit him. That's the most amazing thing that man ever fucking wrote, and that's a genuine fucking, you know, a twist that, you know, you wouldn't expect. The only problem is the Saberface-isms it has gotten ridiculous, and Nero's like, what the fuck does Nero have to do with King Arthur? And then, so, Nero being a woman, Nero being a Saberface, I don't know, but Nero as a personality, a waifu, pretty okay. Everything else, like the particulars about, Nero's design, In case of Azrael KC fucking glosses over all the terrible shit the IJN did. Yes, because the skies, the Imperial Japanese Navy never did anything wrong. Never did anything wrong. Never did anything wrong. Never did anything wrong. All the leaves are brown. Just fades back into Pearl Harbor. Zero strafing civilian structures and, destroying American ships that are undefended. And the sky is gray, and the sky... So, yeah, that's the fun thing about the Japanese. They're not sorry about the war, however, they're willfully some of them are willfully ignorant as to what they did during the war, and in the grand scheme of things, if analyzed, they kind of deserve to lose in the end. But no one wants to talk about that. No, concentrate on the pretty boat women. Yes, pretty boat women. Look at the 8-foot-tall Yamato waifu design. Yes, look at Yamato. You being this blushing, beautiful giant woman that they sent to die for their own fucking amusement. Really, at the end of the day. I mean, they didn't even really treat their own boats properly. I could sit here talk about World War II all goddamn day, but I suppose this is really at the end of the day what these streams really are. It's mostly just me talking. I'm not even grinding yet, so I should probably get the fuck on with that. But it's mostly just talking. So, right, let's see if we can get some. Actually, before we do that, we could just go to the the coalition training area and then get some. We got some petri dishes, I think, but let's get some skill discs. Yes, the weekend. Right, so this is the coalition drill area, in which you don't get as many resources and you can't use your own fucking T-dolls. Which is fucking bizarre, but okay. Everything makes sense since Otoria is supposed to be descended from a Roman legionnaires that was a cousin of the Emperor. Okay, considering the way they used fucking oxygen torpedoes, they knew that were super dangerous on their boat. Yeah, right. Nobody talks about that one, though, because they just talk about how good the Japanese weapons were, and not the glaring safety problems that their military actually glossed over, like them Zeros. We don't need self-sealing fuel tanks. That's unnecessary and weighing down the aircraft. Hundreds of exploding Zeros later. Maybe we should put those back on. But I suppose at the end of the day, we could dump shade on the Japanese, but then we have to look over at the American Navy and note that the American Navy accepted into service a torpedo that didn't fucking work. And never worked. Ever. That cost them a heavy cruiser to a fucking destroyer escort, the lightest ship in the U.S. Yeah, it's kind of a thing having compressed oxygen within range of gunfire. That's it's gonna be a bad time. Better watch out. Yep, I never said the U.S. Navy was outsaid. Yeah, I don't think anyone is actually saying that, but the thing is that we all look at this and we look at the shade dumped on the Americans because it's easy to hate America. Thank you, the Valkyria Chronicles writer. Thank you, sir. Thank you, creative lead, for blaming America for everything. Vinland man bad. It's incredibly easy to hate America, but then you turn around and look at Japan, and there's a lot of horrible fucking things that Japan did during the war that no one ever really acknowledges, and certainly doesn't really point it out in games like Kankali, because it's all about beautifying and romanticizing, them boat bitches, right? But of course, I'm one of the individuals who goes, wait a fucking second, we could do better than this and actually be kind of on point. Which is why, when I started to drum up ideas for a Necronica sort of module for a Abyssal Girls module, Cancali, for Necronica, I said to myself, okay, so the first thing I'm doing is the players are playing for the Abyssal Girls, and the Abyssal Girls are the undead American Navy. How did that happen? They did Pearl Harbor, and now the vengeful spirits of the dead wish to strangle the life out of the boat bitches. Yeah. And then I would have had so much fun if I actually, could have concentrated on it properly, and if certain things did not go the way that they did. I had a lot of ideas and not a lot of quality, and then, unfortunately, I lost my workshop in a way. So, Okay, so we got that. Let's go to the factory. Actually, no, we have to go to the dorm. We have to go to the dorm to dump those off, because apparently what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be sending... we're going to be sending the tiniest prowler onto the front lines. A recent AL event was about the Royal Navy sinking the French fleet. It did not pull punches. Yeah, remember that time where the Royal Navy sailed up to a bunch of, sailed up to the French fleet and basically what is it, what's the term I'm looking for here? These are not coming to me. In exile, more or less, in Africa, and said, you're joining us or we're fucking bombing you in port. And then the French commander refused, and then they bombed them in port. Remember that? Not a good time. That's how we lost the Dunkirk. The reasoning was it was better that they be destroyed rather than fall into the hands of the German Navy, which was sensible, but yikes the mighty fucking third. They bombed a bunch of, they bombed a former ally in order to deny their weapons to the enemy. We did get the Richelieu, though, there's that one, but, we didn't actually trust the Free French either, so the Richelieu isn't, it's not exactly square, too, if you look into it. I once saw, someone noted that, when we brought her over, to, have her retrofitted for Allied service into New York Harbor, of all things, they upgraded her AA, but they did not give her modern fire control, systems, because we didn't trust the French. We didn't trust the Free French to actually stay on our side. So, yeah. I mean, it's not really their fault, but not many people were terribly trusting of them after they surrendered so quickly, even though, again, not their fault. So, let's see here. So what we're going to do, obviously, is, do we have a 36? We have 2. Okay, do they cost less No, okay, they still cost 4. See, that'd be funny if the size determined cost along with the stats of the unit, so you could actually cram the Prowler in there for 2, if you wanted to, but oh well. Okay, so the Dragoon's there. Dragoon's also a melee unit, but we have to make some room here. Okay, so we don't need the Ripper because the Ripper's an SMG tank, and we don't actually need the SMG tank. We have the Aegis, and then I guess we have Guard. So mom and pop here. Guard's a melee unit, but it's more of an offensive melee unit than an actual melee unit. The Aegis is a tank that can be an offensive unit, but it's mostly designed to just fucking stand there. So whatchamacallit, I suppose the amazing drama is between Guard and Aegis and having their innocent child, their baby boy, the tiniest Prowler. I'm building a drama here. It's great. I'll have the screenplay on your desk by tomorrow morning. Okay, so there's that. We have the Brood in there just for the sake of comedy, I guess, just to get her some screen time, but she's definitely going to need it. Whatchamacallit? I guess we're going to have the Vespids be... Oh, wait a minute, and we need to... Actually, no. The Scarecrow's already the formation lead, so... So, Vespid there, and then, Okay, so we're out of units here. I guess we just have the scout, I guess, because we have space. That's the thing. You can make these echelons rather large. You just have to play by the cost rules. Okay, so formation. Right, so I say we don't need an SMG tank, and I have just given myself essentially an SMG tank with the scout, even though it's a melee unit that has guns. So I suppose that's yeah, it's going to the front line there. Get behind the adults there, tiny prowler. Scarecrow can just kind of sit in the back here, with the Vespid, and okay, so what are we doing here? Obviously, all the T-dolls need to go forward, but okay, I believe I see. Suppose send them in as distractions, I guess. And then have have Scarecrow centered and have the Vespid as a backup support unit. Really, we could use a second Vespid, but I don't think you can actually put 2 units. Like, hang on, just for the sake of experimentation, because I haven't actually checked, because you do need to be duping to an extent. So, hold on. So could I? And then you can. Okay, so you can have multiples like that. Okay. I didn't know if that was certain. I thought it was, you know, obviously you need duplications because they don't have too many units, but I didn't actually know if Sanguine's Fairy would let you have dupes in the same squad. You do. Okay, right. The more you fucking know. So I suppose really at the end of the day, maybe I should well, actually I'm running out of points. So I suppose at the I guess we're gonna have to have the Ripper, I guess. It's actually gonna do some decent damage, but the Scout does have a useful ability. But that requires the Scout to be fully upgraded, which we are doing currently. So I suppose at the end of the day, yeah, okay, I'm starting to see here. Okay. Because the Scarecrow is going to be a whole lot fucking tougher than the Vespid. I suppose we have a wall of defensive units that will actually you're ranged, right? So. Right. I thought you were melee, but you do have guns. That does make sense. That's why you can run 2 Manticore squad. Yes. Good. I forgot. No, I came up with that. I came up with myself that one of those things that's compartmentalized that you don't really. Yeah, I fuck up. At the end of the day, I make an idea that requires this thing, and then I fail to realize, oh wait, this is a thing. Okay, so melee, ranged. You just stand there in front of Scarecrow and don't die. And then the fucking the smallest prowler can just kind of do whatever. Once I engage melee, he's gonna go out there, so I suppose I should probably put him a little bit more forward so he has damage. But this is definitely a non-standard echelon, don't you think? Right, so I suppose we'll move you up here, and then actually, oh, right, can't do that, because Echelon 2 is in logistics. Right, you. Magic 8 Ball, we need you back here. So you can actually take Echelon 2's, or Echelon 8's spot. That's kind of where the whole name comes from, with the stupid retardation that I have crafted with this squad here, where it's grenades, and then grenades with fire. The name Magic 8 Ball came from the idea that it was, like, I put it together on Echelon 8. So, now we have that. Now we can go to the dorm, and then give them some skill chips. All right. Yeah, click and click. Remember, Manticore's the best waifu in the game. But click, click, click. And then dorm 2. And yes, I am a poor bastard that only has 2 dorms. How did you know? Jesus fucking Christ. Is it just for comedy's sake? Really? I do not know. And hey, look! Outfits for guns I don't have. Okay, so 66 here. You girls are gonna need a lot of fucking help. But I suppose the, well, we'll give, not the Ripper, but Ripper does need some help here. Let's see, we got 66, so I suppose we'll give 10 to everybody. Just for the sake of actually getting something going here. I dumped the initial free stuff into the Aegis because I didn't actually know which units I was going to wind up using. So he has enough health. And I guess the Vespid, who's going to be our main damage dealer, should just get the extra. Okay, so that's an echelon that's kind of, sort of, maybe a little bit prepared. Maybe. Okay, so do we have any Petri dishes left over? Because I think we do. Okay, so... Scarecrow, how many... No, never mind. Yeah, I kind of used up all of those. I gave Scarecrow... Actually, no, Scarecrow starts at level... Actually, no. No, she doesn't. I did give her some, so good. I hashed out the freebie shit. So my Sanguisfera units are mostly generally... Most of them are level to some extent, aside from the newest ones that we got. That means, well... This means we have to go look at the shop here, and I don't think we have really enough anything to get anything. So, we're gonna be waiting, I think. One thing I do need, I need to save the kernels for the catalyst. That's what it is, transfer catalyst. I don't have enough for that. And, I got enough for a Dragoon icon. Woo. Things I'll never actually use. But yes, if we, save up enough... We can get Executioner, even though she's, not in the gacha currently, but, like I keep saying, Executioner isn't really all that good. But, there is a currency for all the doubles that you get and useless units you don't want. We'll be back, Manticore. We will be back for you, I swear to God. But, so, I guess what we're going to do is we're going to put the other formation through some paces here, and they're, like, level 26, so I have to remember here, That's gonna be... Oh, Christ. I know where we're going. I know exactly where we're going. Not tonight. Whatchamacallit? Where is it? Not 3-5. No, it would be after that. It'd be Intruder's Arc. Or... Yeah, yeah. 4-3-E. Right. That was it. That wonderful place. I could probably do World 5, but let's see what they can do on their own. Because these are going to be expensive because they're mostly melee units. Right, okay. Magic 8 Ball, you just kind of stay here. This wonderful fucking hellscape. I remember you well. Okay, but actually 18,000. Yeah, they can handle World 5. They just don't have really any levels. But okay. 87 hit points, my god. Okay. There you are. And also, yeah, Scarecrow has some wacky abilities that we could use. We could do stupid things like send a suicide bomb out to capture points. Though, hang on. Yeah, AP cost. Right, so. Yoink. And they'll actually capture that. I don't know if they can get supplies, though. However, I think by using that, we have, in fact... Yep, we fucked up the single turn. But oh well. We'll survive. Because we have just enough turns, just enough action points to actually complete the map in one turn. I just fucked it up, but oh well. Experimentation. Okay, so... Let's see how they look when they're standing still here. How much damage they're putting out. A decent amount for where they are, so they don't really need to do much of anything. But that was without deploying the melee units. So let's see what happens when we actually deploy the melee units. Advance! They're kind of just standing there. I suppose charge is literally just charging and not attacking. Okay. Noted. Am I gonna play Gundam Revolution when or Gundam Evolution when it releases? Fuck yes, I am. I mean, it's Gundam Overwatch, but if I'm gonna play Overwatch, fuck yes, I'm going to play Gundam Overwatch. I don't really have a, an amazing, attachment or love for Overwatch itself, but if it's Gundam themed and competent, why the fuck not? Okay, destroy. Yes, hit the. Yeah, there's the stabbing action. There's the crazy girl with the knife. Or I guess they're waiting for Scarecrow's animation. Right, because you do get cutscenes for those, but I have this turned off because that'd get old real quick. But I guess that pause is waiting for Scarecrow. And her, silly, map wiping abilities. Okay, so they do not actually get any surprise boxes. That is unfortunate, but you can get pretty cheeky with shit like that. So that's one of the other things that, one of the interesting sort of non-standard, non-standard little things that Sangva squads can do when, depending on which ringleader you've got. I have to click a button. Oh no. Yeah, and they're all focusing on the brute. It'd be nice if they were focusing on the tanks rather than the fucking melee DPS unit, but okay. Yeah, she's Brute needs some help? Feisty girl, very angry. Very, very fragile, though. So I suppose she is the Asuka. Ha! Move it along. These guys could probably handle World 5, so 5-4. That'd be the next stop here, but Brute obviously is already shot to pieces, and this is not a sustainable strategy because of that. That's the shame here. We could corpse drag these units, however, the melee units are never really going to be... wait, no, I got the intelligence quest. Whoops. Right, the melee units are never really going to be all that great because they're going to get shot to pieces every single fucking time they go out! Which elicits a repair ticket, which means that you're on a fucking timer there. Meanwhile, looking over the Manticore, running fucking 30 rounds, 30 runs of 0-2 and not needing to be repaired once. I mean, the hit points were going down low, but you still probably could have gotten more. We were only just crossing, like, less than half. Let's see, repair, right. Oh yeah, this tab, this button that I actually have to remember is here, wow. Got plenty of repair tickets right now. But, yeah. 5 fucking hours. Really? Yikes. That's the kind of thing that just makes you go, okay, I'm gonna passive level them. I'm not gonna actually use them. I'll just dump combat data into their fucking skulls. But, yike. I saw the documentation, that the Brute was fucking bad, but, yeah, no. Oh, the Brute needs help. Okay, so, yes. 5-2. Because, stat-wise, they can do this. Stat-wise, I don't know how long they'll be able to hold together. Being mostly melee units, but the Aegis sit there. The Aegis is fine. Okay, so just send her down the normal grinding route here and see what happens here. But you see, the funny thing is, melee units would be interesting if melee units could still go into combat even without ammo and actually have their full stats. I mean, that's interesting. It's not powerful enough to really do very much, but good on you, Scarecrow. That could be probably more powerful, but in terms of single target damage, Hunter is the queen of just nuking bosses. But engage. Oof. She takes one fucking hit and she's at half health. That's not much of a brood. It's more like a... She's like a fucking wet sheet on a fucking clothesline in terms of defense. So she's not really, she's not something I'd put in front of anything, or rather rely on for anything. So yeah, I could start to see, I could see the issues with, why people do not like this unit, even though, lootable art. Or lootable design, I should say, and she's dead. And that was just from standing there. They weren't even focusing on, like, whatchamacallit, they just picked the focus on her because she doesn't have any fucking evasion. Jesus Christ. She can't even sit there passively dodge, which you would expect a unit that looks like the Brute to be able to at least have some, you know, some evasion. Alright, well, get in there. The Tiny Prowler is doing better, but that's because the Tiny Prowler was not actually on the front line for most of this. The Brutes very much seem like their enemy counterpart. You typically mow them down easily whenever they charge at your squad. Yeah, that's what I saw. That they're exactly the summary was they were exactly like their basically useless non-threatening enemy type that they just run in and instantly die. Which is rather unfortunate. Because a lot of the other units, they've gotten abilities and adjustments that makes them not cannon fodder. And you don't really have the problem with us is we can't really sustain cannon fodder at all in this little outfit here. Fuck, half of the reason half of the judge and effectiveness for Girls Frontline is how fast can you finish the encounters and how little damage can you take. There are some points for style points, obviously, for dumb shit like using NTW20, and then there's all the other wacky shit that you can put together. But general efficiency comes from actually being efficient, and yeah, no, Brute is not efficient in any capacity. So, I'm going to try to give this horribly disadvantaged waifu a chance here, because it's probably one of the better designs, at least in chibi form here. But, whole sweet mother of Christ, does she need help. Like, I don't even have any, I can't even really give her any petri dish. How high do her stats go? Hold on. Let's have a look-see here, because I obviously do not have enough petri dishes to do anything to help her right now, but what kind of skill ramp do we have? What kind of stat growth are we looking at here? She has 84 fucking evasion and can't avoid eating shit. I mean, yeah, sure, she's being shot at by Jaegers, but 84 fucking evasion and she can't avoid being shot to pieces instantly. What? That means, though, that she's gonna wind up... Oh, hit the mic. Yeah, with the stat curve like that, she's gonna wind up with almost over 100 evasion. Actually, well over 100 evasion if if it keeps going up like that with levels. She's gonna wind up with, like, IDW tier evasion. Maybe even more, but... Why can't she avoid eating shit, then? RNGesus hates her? I suppose so. I suppose it's a combination between bad luck and low HP, which is the exact fucking opposite of the Manticore, because the Manticore has, like, 40 evasion, but it has assloads of armor behind that. So it actually does dodge a fair amount of shots fired at it, and the shots that hit do almost no damage. And it also has 1,000 hit points. Good golly, Miss Molly, I kind of want to make her my secretary just for the sake of that I don't have to send her out anywhere. I mean, she'll probably passive-aggressively hate me for not letting her, fucking murder people, and, just, whatchamacallit, not being able to sate her bloodlust, but, yeah, maybe she's better destined for a maid outfit, I guess. Again, she will be sitting there, biting her lip, wanting to murder everyone, because it don't let her out that often, but she won't last out there! Tank being better at tanking than a barely dressed girl? Yeah, Nix, I know, right? It's almost like that, like I said before, it's almost like the actual fucking armored fighting, the armored fighting vehicle is actually better at warfare than the cocktail waitress with a fucking gun. Wow! It really puts into perspective how janky the operation here is at, Griffin and Kruger. This is, it's sensible in a way that I didn't expect the game to be sensible. They actually let the tank be good, and God bless them for doing so. But yeah, so coming back out, off of that, we have the situation where we have the brute. We have the brute that can't really do anything. I can have Springfield come by to teach her manners. I'm just imagining, Springfield trying very, very, very gently, and then Brute acting like my cat and just kind of hissing and trying to bite her hands. Adorable, yes. Or, well, see with that hairstyle, she's kind of like a... Whatchamacallit? We've seen this kind of hairstyle before, this kind of high side ponytail. K11 and Architect have the same thing. So maybe she wants to be K11 and Architect level crazy, but she's not actually good at anything. Maybe this is her problem. She wants to be zany and off the wall and spontaneous, and she's terrible at everything. Very, we're writing a story here for, very good waifu qualities here, but terrible video game stats. The fucking tiniest Prowler needs an hour to repair minor damage. Well, actually, it's about half health, but still. Okay, all right. I see how this is gonna work. You know how this is gonna work? I know exactly how this is gonna work. How it's gonna work is corpse dragging extraordinaire. Manticore, you are needed. This is why we need multiple Manticores. Echelon 1 will not be used currently. We will, actually, no, I didn't save it. Right, so. Echelon 1 will be having a break today. They've been doing a very good job, and now Hunter gets to nap. So, right, so, so the Aegis is not necessary currently, because we are replacing the Aegis, so the Aegis can go back in the back room and sleep. Or just, return to its eternal slumber. You see, the funny thing is, it kind of sucks. What I wanted, I was thinking about it, and what the extra small unit that I really want is actually the Aegis extra small, so it can kind of be like, it's like the size of a Buzz Lightyear tall, and it's like, you know, I have a comic in my head where your stereotypical Shikikon picks up the extra small Aegis. Just kind of looks at it, and then the Aegis' his eyes light up, and he goes, "The time of humans has passed! Abandon the weakness of flesh and embrace the strength of the machine!" It just starts, yelling in fucking, Adeptus Mechanicus-isms. See, that's more of my ridiculous fiction, but we got a fucking Prowler extra small instead. Something like that, Amaterasu. Brute's a Chunibyo that, watches, like, edgy, violent, anti-heroes and antagonists. And just isn't that good. She's like a somewhat deranged, whatchamacallit. It's like a deranged teenager watching Higurashi back in, like, the early 2000s. They grow up to be kind of okay, though. We're all adjusted here, I think. But yeah, she's just kind of overly violent and then isn't good at anything. Okay, so the Ripper, also not needed, even though the Ripper kind of needs to be leveled here. The Guard, I suppose, could also stand to be leveled. See, this is funny. We don't actually... We're just gonna have everybody that's kind of delicate behind the tank. Right, so... Okay, let me have a look at the formation here. How much can we cram back? Actually, not much. We can have one more unit. Okay, so, see you! Back there. You! Well, actually, we'll have... Scarecrow can sit behind there. Scarecrow's fine. You, back there. The solid DPS in the middle, I suppose, but then, now we gotta... See, now I got a problem here, because I'm putting people on the front line that I don't actually want to be on the front line. Let's see here. I guess the Scout, because the Scout can just kind of sit there. Level the Scout, I guess. The Scout can just kind of sit there and passively avoid things, because it has fuck high evasion. So if it's just kind of doing the off-tank thing, it'll probably be fine. Everyone hide behind the tank like smart people. Exactly. Hide behind the tank like smart people. And if they can wind up doing enough damage, they can kind of just shrug off anything. The Manticore is the single most effect... Actually, we were playing Emergency. That probably didn't help, but they had, like, 1,800 combat value? So... They should have been able to do that just fine. It's just that Brute is so absolutely awful that she can't really do anything. Like, see? Whatchamacallit? Eh? Eh? You seeing this? Oh, not over here. So, similar hairstyle, way less effective units. But no, I could see a side manga series about how useless Brute is, just being terrible at everything. Who am I? Because I've seen something like this. I've seen a series like this, and I'm trying to remember exactly which one to liken it to, but I can't remember off the top of my head what would be the best comparison. Maybe she gets better after you spend your life savings and some organs on her. Well, I mean, maybe? I suppose so, but after that kind of effort for this, in this kind of situation, I'm gonna have to expect some wild sex or lots of dojins. At least. Then it might be worth it. I will accept a nice, whatchamacallit, a nice slice of life anime about coalition units and how incompetent they all are. And how the tank just solves every fucking problem. Like so! Is anyone taking damage? No. Is anyone going to take damage? Probably not. Swear to Christ. No. Yeah, Jarv wants to, you know, make the Jaeger a waifu. I think I should, you know, maybe try to convince Deku, Taro, and Jarv to give the Brute some love here, because she is absolutely worthless and needs some help. She needs better PR. She's not very good, but come on now. We all need to love our edgelord alternate waifus. Which one? The Brute. The one with blue hair and is barely dressed. The one with knives. And hey, there's that man. See, this one. That one, right there, who actually managed to stab someone and didn't immediately take damage. Wow. Also the mortar. I can't really do anything about the mortar, I guess. So unimportant she's being hidden by stat cards. So, good to see you too, Taro, and the audience there, but yeah, to help. Give them some magic here. Jesus goddamn Christ. The Sangvis girls all need better art. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, just put damage behind the Manticore and every squad will be fine. The one standing in the back? Yeah, that one. See, that's the thing, though. She's a frontline melee unit, but if I put her on the front line, she dies horribly. She takes like 2 hits and drops dead. She's supposed to be a frontline melee unit, and she can't actually do that. So yeah, so Taro here, what we're looking at here is, you know, a decent quality waifu in terms of design, very appealing to the eyes here, but she's just kind of pouty and absolutely terrible at her job. Like, I'm thinking, fuck, we gotta give her, like, if we want to give her a personality, she's kind of like Destroyer, but she's not cute enough to be a lully and get the lullycons, and she's not as, like, her art's not as good as Gaia either. Same personality, same kind of useless demeanor, only good for bullying, but not a fucking ringleader. Brute wins by doing absolutely nothing, Shred. Brute wins by hiding behind the tank and proclaiming that it's the greatest strategy known to man. She's the best one who, yo, she's amazing for coming up with it, even though, yo, translator note, Brute did not come up with any of this. So for the sake of experimentation, well, just for example we already know, there goes Brute, doing things! Okay, she's taking dramatically less damage there, but the moment Jaegers show up, she's probably going to be immediately floored. And then there, she's, you know, the buddy in the buddy cop adventure here is the tiniest prowler. They didn't have any more dinner gates, so she got a tiny prowler instead and probably talks to it, and talks to it because unlike the other Sangvis Fairy dolls, it doesn't make fun of her. And... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is the Manticore actually aggroing everything effectively? Because it wasn't doing that before. Nope, nope, there it is. Go! Oh no. Oh, barely survived. So what exactly is this game? This is a gacha game where you collect android girls and then use them to do your bidding. And there's a story about something. I don't actually know what the story is about anymore because it's gotten really esoteric as of late. And got it. See, even the Prowler's surviving better than her. And I'm fairly certain the Prowler has worse stats. Hi, IDW. Jesus goddamn Christ. When your Sanguis Fairy unit makes IDW look like an amazing 5-star. Like, hold the hell on here. So yeah, proof of concept, Brute don't work. Like, Brute might be able to, like, make something happen at higher levels, but you see, that's the problem with this kind of game. Even if you put higher levels onto something like that, at higher level play, she's just gonna fall apart the same way. You just make it easier to do with less effective enemies, which, at the end of the day, you don't really need to. That stops becoming useful very quickly. I mean, it depends on what you send them at, I guess. But at the end of the day, you're just prolonging the exact same problem, and you're making the unit more effective against units that it was already kind of effective at dealing with anyway. Or rather, units that it's only gonna win with against with pure numbers. And then the moments things are fair and chancy, it just falls apart the exact same way. Okay, right, so there's that. Also, speaking of cores, I forgot. Also, batteries. We'll put Brute back together in just a second. I swear, we haven't forgotten about her. Let's see here. Is there anybody else? Because Echelon 8 is back in the vicinity here. Yeah, there's nobody. No, I guess they're all leveled up with their dummies. So that means that the machine gun squad is actually getting their dummies. I don't really have a need for anyone aside from my Manticore squad, but at the end of the fucking day, that's 30. Never mind. PKP too expensive. Maybe MG5 here? Yes. Okay. Right. So, what am I bringing? What am I bringing this echelon up for, or rather, the machine guns up for? Data collection. That's what they're good at. That's the only thing they can do better than anybody else. So, fucking M2 Browning, MG5, PKP, Dana, because she buffs damage, and then whatchamacallit, Mark 23? Right? I think? Basically just have a machine gun team to collect data, because that's the one thing I needed to do and never actually got around to doing. Looking through the search engine, and it cannot find any Brute art. I'm not surprised because... Ooh, hello. I'm not surprised, but because she's terrible. But clearly this is... Of course, we have to play counter to this. Waifu with no art. See, making plans here. Clearly. Throw, you need to make a name for yourself by making the first piece of Brute art. That we know of. Look at them, plotting. Where are they going? Are they going to steal something from 7-Eleven? Is that working her part-time job thing? There's even art for Ripper. There's art for all the other girls, but Brute I don't think is ever really... It's probably because she gets destroyed before getting on screen most of the time when she's on encounters. That's why nobody really cares about her. That's probably what it is. She's probably the most forgettable sang this unit because she's not actually really registering against anybody. She dies so fucking quickly that nobody really remembers that it's a unit that exists. Okay, so everybody took some damage that was mostly probably from the mortar. You're fucking fine. Other units need the repair tickets. You, Manticore, holy shit, 11 hours. Manticore, you are fine. You aren't due for an overhaul for at least 6 more years. Your oil filter's fine. It doesn't need to be changed. That's what's good about you. We don't have to spend resources to keep you afloat. So maybe 5-2 isn't that good of an idea because the mortar's there. What about whatchamacallit? What about 5-4 standard? Because I don't think there are mortars here. Because the problem with the mortars is they will whittle down the units in the back row and they'll take damage when you don't want to, and that's less than optimal. Speaking of which, we probably will be able to acquire some mortars once they're actually added to the game. I'll probably actually have those, and those will probably be tied with the Jaeger, I guess, depending on their sightlines. I don't know how they work, but the Jaeger has the highest sightlines, and that determines the engagement range for the rest of the echelon, which is extremely useful. However, unfortunately, if the other supporting units don't have that range, then you're kind of crippling yourself, or rather, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage by not actually having a Jaeger there at all times if you can't really substitute that effect. I like to have a mortar that sits behind the tank and shells the enemy. That'd be fun. I like these strategies. So yes, everyone stands back there and no one gets hurt. Poor Brute. Poor Brute. Built for violence and destruction, cannot do any of it. Why does this game kind of give me vibes similar to that tabletop RPG system you talked about years ago? What, Necronica? I mean, that thing I talk about on a daily basis almost? It kind of is the similar deal, not directly inspired, obviously. It's one of those things where the answer is cute girls. Shut up. But that doesn't make any sense. Why is the answer cute girl? Shut up. That's exactly what it is. Oh, hey, Bren. Course! Right, so it's kind of the similar... yeah, whatchamacallit. You can kind of cram anime teenagers with attitude into fucking anything. But yeah, no, having... You could have very easily come up with girls Frontline just by looking at Necronica yourself, honestly. You just say, oh, well, they're all robots. Like, you just say you're all fucking automatons instead of, like, meat puppets. And you only have robot parts. It's a way you could spin it, honestly, using Necronica without actually changing too much. You just have to, your GM just makes a story and themes the campaign and everybody refluffs their parts or avoids using meat parts. Hey, whoa, 2 cores. Hey! Nice! And no one has taken significant damage. Good. At least I don't think so. 81. Nope. Nobody at the Manticore is even touched. You know, I know you talk about it a lot. You all are always associated it with my, it in my mind, especially the campaign videos you had. Yep. You see, I like those. Those were nice, and I like being associated with it purely because, yeah, those were a big part of my life, and they were kind of the formative years of me being a writer. Even though my writing has kind of taken a backseat to literally everything in the last couple of years. But oh well, we all had to take a fucking L with 2020. Everybody, everywhere, and we're still taking L's out there. So oh well, just gonna have to live with that, I guess, for now. But I'm fine with that because, well, Necronica, I actually, again, they're nice memories back there with me and that stupid deranged fucking system. Yes! Really, if you look at the book, it's the big book. It really is the big book of lolicon mutilation porn. That's exactly what it is. But, like I've been saying multiple times, I keep that shit at arm's length. I don't actually play by the book Necronica, and I don't try to be that. Dear God! But, it's a useful system, and it strikes a mood. All right, there's certain thematic things about it that I like that isn't just, cutting up little girls. Heh. But I'm fine with doing that, even though, Jesus fucking Christ, if the cancel culture crowd got around to looking at me, like looking at me in detail and seeing that, oh boy, the amount of shit taken the wrong way. I don't care, though, I suppose, because, well, the fuck did those people ever really do for me? Really? So yeah, I do talk about Necronica at basically any chance that I fucking get because it's very easy to see things everywhere. Like, whatchamacallit, that's just kind of how things worked, honestly, in the beginning, I guess. I got into tabletop RPGs and writing in general through that system, even though, deranged, little fucking muse that it is. It's about making children suffer. So yeah, it's definitely dark. A little bit dark and a little bit too dark and disturbing for some people, but I got into that, and because we had because of the situation, the because of the way I walked into it, where we had a half translated version of the player manual, and we had to basically we had the basic summary of the system and some of the parts, but not everything else, especially not the world. We didn't have any of that. That's how I got introduced to world building for writing and tabletop RPGs. So that's why I look at these things and go, hey, brain does some fucking Tetris maneuvers here and puts together a solid line. You could make this a Necronica campaign. Ding ding. I just joined out of context due to Girls Frontline, and I feel like, so far, this is the best possible way I can experience your stream. This is Phonto out of context. Well, Mr. Neki, I suppose, is something you're trying to do cleverly with that one there. But yeah, so this is just me most of the time. People like it when I run my mouth talking about things. I don't think it's ever gonna not sound somewhat narcissistic and boastful of me for saying that people like the sound of my voice, but I'm still in business, so I guess they do. My humor also does attract, I guess? These are things that are actually true, so... Oh well, but so... If you like my charming and endearing personality, good on you. Welcome to the show, sir. Phonto out of context is basically a good portion of your stream clips. Yeah, no, Amaterasu, that's entirely accurate. Questionable, risque things I say on stream. A series. It's like 20 minutes long. What did they just say? Human rights organization, Bob? Yeah, no, it's just a normal Tuesday afternoon there, Iron Knight. Yeah, the Girls Frontline universe is not a very good universe. It's actually a pretty dark and awful place. It's just that we don't really see it terribly often. It's just kind of weird because it's put next to cute girls doing cute things. However, we do see those cute girls suffering horribly. So we do have that, and basically, they're androids, so they're not actually human, so they suffer even more. But the world out there in Girls Frontline isn't very good. And also, as I made mention before, I did adapt somewhat Girls Frontline isms to a Necrotica game that I actually started to run, but holy fuck, things to do. And lack of energy to do so. So that's Guns and Rock and Roll. That is basically, it's just Phonto writes Girls Frontline, but it's not actually Girls Frontline in terms of lore. I just say, okay, there are T-dolls here. And then what did I do? I crammed Ace Combat 3 into it. It's enough alcohol, and I suppose just going nuts with silliness. Rather, not necessarily silliness, just tropes that I liked. Hecking, do the event or continue the story. Heck, yeah, I know I need to do that, but I suppose I'm grinding just to get the stuff out of the way. Don't really care about the, whatchamacallit, the event going on right now, but pilfering the shop is probably a good idea, and the event girls will probably be okay. But it's a story about a game I have no idea, I don't have anything, I don't have any perception about, and, the main character is, whatchamacallit, AEK 999, which, I don't actually care about, aside from the, the only claim to fame that doll has is, Death Alice, who constantly draws her with dicks. That's AEK's thing. Not doing comfy DJ Max event rerun. Hame, I didn't do it the first fucking time. Wait, couldn't you do that with any campaign? Well, how so? See, if you personify your weapons, you only suffer. Just found out to absolutely bust nice window. I started a new level any part in Paradise for complete 3+ characters and Monday day. What are you playing a Dancing Fool? These things. These things, these stats, they're supposed to mean something. However, I don't actually know what they mean. Well, there's your chance, lol. Yeah, I know it's there. It's running until the 20th. I'll play it. Probably next week I'll sit down and play it, but we're grinding here just for the sake of grinding. Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition. Oh, okay. Never heard of it. Oh, D&D. Right, okay. I remember Death Alice's stuff for AEK. Yeah, it's kind of that, again, that she, like, God bless the artist. They own that character now. Even though from what the documentation I've looked up that AEK is not actually that good of a T-doll in general. But yeah, the artist kind of just made her a B-shonen and gave her a dick. Whatever floats your boat, sister. So, the EM2 is coming to Cold War. So, Martin, is it actually the EM2, or is it some kind of space fantasy EM2? Where it's an EM2 and, I don't know, the Italian fucking magazine fed Garans. Yeah, maybe a German gun in there, too. It looks like the EM2. Also a Tech 9. I mean, they kind of ruined the G11, so, my enthusiasm for Cold War is at an all-time fucking low. Also, my hard drive space is incredibly... It's just not feeling it. Not feeling it at all. Also, Hudson as an operator. Okay. I mean, I know these mean things to some people, and Martin, I know you're with me on this. It's nice, but it doesn't really mean anything, but I feel like it means... It's... meaning absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of that fucking game. I guess what I'm doing is I'm sitting out waiting for them to do the whatchamacallit, the standalone version of the open world zombie game mode they have in Cold War. That'll be fun, especially if they do it like whatchamacallit, they do it on the whatchamacallit, the Warzone map. The old one. That'd be interesting, but fuck knows if that's actually going to happen. So somehow the stubby-legged dwarf that is Martin is faster than the entire fucking party, and I'm not sure how. Lightning dwarf. Also, Diabeto, thank you for your generosity. Amaterasu, enjoy the sub. Oh, I figured out he started out with Boots of Speed. Family heirlooms? Hey, Fonto. Hello, Broken Set. Today we are taking a break from Arma, even though I kind of have a hankering to test some things. We'll grind for a little while, though, because, yeah, no, I was talking with Doug, and he suggested me looking into Operation Trebuchet last night, and Operation Trebuchet, for those of you who do not know, is a Arma 3 mod that adds Halo content, which is... at first glance, but actually, you know what, we might actually, he suggested we cram it into Mike Force, or rather, you know, into Prairie Fire, you know, on the map and play Prairie Fire game modes with it, and I'm like, oppressing savage colonialists is the amazingly advanced super soldiers of the core worlds? My god, that sounds fucking amazing! Fluster Bear someone extra hard because I mentioned their name on their stream. It was set as their Windows username, which came up every single time they saved Doom, and so now I feel bad. I wouldn't feel too bad there, Broken Set. That I mean, nice whoops. But oh well. Core. See, that's the problem here. I kind of get used to that sort of thing as a streamer because it's going to come out eventually. My name is on the receipts of every PayPal donation, so anybody who donates knows knows what my name is. So that's kind of unfortunate, but oh well. You have to take some L's here to do this job. Unless you're gonna do the VTuber thing incredibly fucking difficult, incredibly fucking hard, so, then you don't use your persona at all, you don't use your own, name or face at all, you adopt a cheery, persona of some description. Then you're hiding. I mean, to be fair, you also know our names if we donate via PayPal. This is entirely true, it's kind of a whatchamacallit, it's an equal trade there, I suppose, but I know people that are actually, very hesitant about that because you can't really trust the fucking internet with anything, even under the best of circumstances. In large part, it's kind of like, don't click on banner ads, no matter what they are. These are things you learn to avoid when you were on the internet for long enough. But, well... I survived, and I suppose if you're going to be an entertainer in some description with streaming, you're going to have to deal with people knowing actually who you are. Oh no. Especially if you actually wind up being popular, then everybody's going to know who the fuck you are. Because that's the whole fucking point of being popular. Well, the trick I used... decked you out something fierce as our wizard goon. Oh, do tell. That is unfortunate, Kicks, but, well... You're not trying to be famous and an amazingly broad entertainer like I am, so you get to duck out like that. So it's not exactly like you're put under pressure for that. Really, but if it's a VTuber, it's almost always anime, which means there's a non-zero chance of it being a federal agent. I am not kidding. Oh no, Broken Set, that is entirely true. There are narcs. There are narcs everywhere, especially now. The sad thing about the last couple of years in terms of politics is that the internet was actually infiltrated by a number of federal agencies and other institutions. So you can't really trust fucking anybody out there anymore. But in the end, it actually does kind of hint that the culture we built on the internet as a bunch of autistic weeaboos is actually winning to the point where these people have to actually understand, study, and adopt it. We made the glow-in-the-dark man actually have to take lessons on 4chan board culture, and that, in a sense, is a victory all its own. They have to, the CIA and the FBI has to have a reservoir of reaction images in order to interact with us, and they actually have to understand why we do this and what they're for. People studied incredibly hard to then be shown all of this. People dedicated years of their lives to then be lowered to the level of understanding anime girl reaction images. We're winning, folks. Burger. That's a new one. Well, Kix, whatever works for you. Whatever you can eke out as you are, without really putting yourself under too much goddamn duress, because Lord knows I'd caution that. I would, in this stage of my life, very much so, caution people not to put themselves under unnecessary duress. Because once you start doing it, it never fucking ends. Wing Wizard doubles your number of first level spells a day, and an amulet that doubles your second level spells along with enough gear to give you comparable armor to the people in full plate. So, Dancing Fool, what you mean is you've made me a battle mage, i.e. the best class. How do I know it's the best class? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen Redo of Healer, right? That fucking shows an exercise in how the fucking battle mage is the best class. I heal, but I also don't do anything of the sort. A person who hadn't seen me since high school jacked one of my streams and tried to dox me. But why? But why, I may ask. But, well, that's unfortunate, Kix. I'm a healer, but most of the content of Redo of Healer. Again, kind of the delightful surprise of the beginning of this year, though. Delightful surprise attached to Redo of Healer, which, you know, makes certain people make funny faces at you. It was an interesting show. It just kind of failed on the whole making it, you know... It's not an amazing show for anything other than the fact that they got a hentai on primetime television. You got actual porn on primetime television. Good for you. But the only problem is their story kind of failed to throw the hooks where it really should have been. Because in high school, my autism was used to mock me or get funny reactions. Yep! That sounds like school life. Sounds like school life to me. Hentai with a budget and backing. Yes. And a fucking taste for being Caligula, really. Jesus. But yes, continue with the, okay, so no you aren't. No, you aren't a fighter mage, so you aren't battle mage, you are a mobile artillery mage. I can deal with this as well. Is this where the term T-Doll came from? Yes! This is exactly where this came from, sir. Welcome to Girls Frontline. T-Doll stands for Tactical Doll, which is exactly, what all the waifus are. They're not actually human. They are, in fact, android girls that we give guns and say, go out there and do our bidding. We work for a PMC that isn't allowed to actually have up-to-date firearms. Well, that's kind of changed now, but originally. We worked for a PMC that wasn't actually allowed to have cutting-edge technology because the UN said so. So what they did is they used android girls with, out-of-date guns, and they got away with it. Honestly, I don't know their thought process that they think things from years ago will still work. But yes, it's bullshit, and I wish it to stop. As would anyone, really. But Kix, I suppose, if someone from high school came back to haunt you like that, wow, their life must be fucking awful. But then again, you already know that one. Everybody's fucking suffering out there. It's fucking 2020. It's the 2020s. This seems like to be this year and last year seem to be the setting thing, the trend-setting mood music for the rest of the fucking decade. Things are going to be awful and everyone's going to suffer. So if they're bored enough to come actually actively hunt you out and fuck with you, they must not be having a good time either. So think about that. A goon. It's a group of 15 people. Kix, what did you do to these 15 people? My god. Do you have a fan club? Really? 2020 season 2. Yeah, yes, 2020 plus, well, frankly, 8 months. Because it's not actually 2021. We didn't actually change years. It's still last year. I look at the 21st century, and all I see are people that look at the Dark Ages and go, let's do that again. Let's do that. Yeah. That seems to be the mood going around. Mainly because people are fucking retarded, and they think that, actually, you need to destroy literally everything that we have, even though we have quite nice things right now, and I'd rather not lose them. But other people are, demented, and they wish to have a power fantasy. So, in order to get that power fantasy, they must destroy everything that's fucking normal. These people are deranged and they should not be in charge of fucking anything. But, you look outside, I think the mood in the room is changing quite rapidly, even though, fuck anybody who thought this was a good idea should have had the mood changed on them rather abruptly. Beforehand shouldn't have actually fell for any of this nonsense, but I think, people are just getting rather fed up with the fact that there is no good news, ever. So we'll see how the rest of this year and the next couple of years go. But my sense is people are going to get really tired of people who start screeching around about things and don't actually accomplish anything to positive effect for anybody. Because, there's not a whole lot of good news out there, and if you're just going to be a screaming moralist about things and not actually help anybody, whomst the fuck are you? But what do I know? I sit here and playing, games about gambling addictions and scantily clad PNG files. I don't think I am I don't think I'm qualified to be a political pundit out there, even though I run my mouth about, this current situation probably more than I should. I mean, have you seen my Twitter following? I don't think I have 762 followers currently. Somehow I managed to lose followers every time I run my mouth a little bit too long about politics on my Twitter. However, I've never had more than 10 likes on any fucking post that I've made ever on that account. I think the maximum is like 30 for something that wasn't actually carried aloft by other people. So I have to wonder, so where are the other 730 people on a normal fucking day? It's one of those things where you can push a negative reaction and get it, you can push a negative angle and get a negative reaction, but when you want a positive action, nothing fucking happens. It's like seeing yeah, whatchamacallit. Yeah, it's like seeing two buttons on a control panel, and one of them says, build following, and the other one says, whatchamacallit, piss people off. The button for build following is, it's broken, and the button's actually ripped off. Wait, Goon, what are you even doing? I may not be paying attention, but it seems like you are moving on the same point over and over again. Iron Knight, we are grinding! Because that's really most of this game. High-level content requires you to understand what dolls are good at what, and putting them in effective echelons, but, of course, to make sure they actually level up and actually have proper equipment, which is what this is doing. You see, I'm amusing myself by grinding Scarecrow, I suppose, here, and getting, well, the Manticore leveled up even more, now that the Manticore is keeping this, this whole little train going just by being the Manticore. So, really what we're doing now is we're watching the blue bar go up. We're watching the blue bar go up, which it's lagging a bit. Cores. Right, yep, so Scarecrow got a level, and we keep getting cores. And what I mean by cores is that when we disassemble a 3-star doll that we don't need, which we don't need very many, we don't need any of them really, we get a, whatchamacallit, a dummy core, I think. Or, I can't remember the full designation for the cores. Basically, you use those as leveling materials for other dolls that you actually want. So, we are grinding XP for the echelon that is going around shooting at everything, and we are also getting rare drops that we can break down for leveling materials. So this is, when you're not doing story missions, it's what you're doing. It's what you're doing most of this game, which is why I couldn't really manage it, because holy fuck, you need to nanny these fucking games. This, Azur Lane, Magia Record, the Arknights to an even more shocking extent, because Arknights requires your fucking brain to function. This is just a gear check, really. Arknights requires you to actually think about what you're doing. I love the smell of wargaming in the morning. Actually, I don't. I don't think anyone likes that smell anymore. What Broken said, you two are a forgotten misfit of that game about things that we don't talk about. The what is it? What was it? Globe of Tractors, something like that. Something like that. It's been too long, and I actually have like an aneurysm every time I try to remember the days back then. Magia Record doesn't require attention anymore. Yeah, no, they've already made enough money and they're making anime. If I wanted to actually play Magia Record, I could just watch the fucking animes. I already leveled up Homu. So, and they still have not put, literally Satan in, so there's no reason for me to play it. So I will take my fully leveled braids. Game's shut down. Well, is it? Well, shut down in America, I think. Didn't they shut down the EN server? Because that's what I thought I saw. I'm pretty sure the JP server's still running. Yeah, the EN server basically just kaput. Well, I guess that means I don't have to carry over any information. Because I still got some things on Nox, even though we are on LD player currently. So we switch over, and this is actually, as you can see, not crashing, not making any horrifying audio bugs, and is not Chinese spyware. Over on JP, as I recall, is still going. And then also you've got the anime on top of all of that, but, well, I don't think we need to really watch the Magia Record anime. We're all waiting for the next movie to come out so we can see how Homu Satan does it again. Also good. Apparently I've gotten to the point where my community is willing to learn to make anime PVC figures for me. Well, that's a great crowd there for you. I mean, that's what you get out of just, people liking you and having devotion to a single, waifu there. Unfortunately, yeah, no, I'm just, I'm, what is the term here? I just can't be nailed down. I'm drifting between gambling addiction to gambling addiction and, girlfriend to girlfriend here in these, wonderful games that we're playing here. I just can't be, I'm not ready to settle down yet, I guess. 4 waifus, Goon. Oh, well, never mind. I recently reinstalled it. It's not even enraging anymore, just boring. When I go into every match expecting to die the exact same way, what's left to do? Yeah, Broken Set, that's about how I feel. Honestly, I tried to play it beforehand, though there may be some kind of glimmer of hope because Frontlines is coming back and also field refits are coming in, so there's actually a reason to grind for an extended period on individual tanks. Because once you have the tanks you like, you don't really want to play anything else, and I only have one tank that I actually want to play, and shocking, it's the M6A2E1, i.e. the closed beta, well actually the beta tester, not the beta tester reward, but the beta pre-order pack tank. That was $100, and you know why I like that tank? Because it's the only tank with fucking armor that works. Because it was designed before the advent of horrifying, glaring frontal weak spots. So you can actually play a fucking heavy tank, and it's so old, people have no idea what they're looking at. Wait, the mutant? Yes, the mutant. It only has one weak spot, the cupola, but it's 11 feet fucking tall, so no one can actually shoot it. And even better than that, we have Ash Arms, where M6 is actually a character, quite a nice quality waifu by that. But maybe we'll play Ash Arms when it actually shows up. Apparently, they're slowly releasing EN material, so we'll see about how the EN version for that one goes, because we're going to be stepping in on that one. But that's whatchamacallit. M6 is pretty quality waifu in that game, and then on top of that, I have the book. Mr. Honeycutt's magical picture book of big tanks no one talks about. Why? Because it was a lot of research and development that went fucking nowhere. So my World of Tanks autism kind of collided with, I don't know, a game there, or is about to collide with a game. Heavy tanks with real armor? Haven't changed a bit since Fortress 0-0. Nope! I like tanks with armor because a tank with armor that functions is a tank. Anything else is a fucking cardboard box with a gun on it. That's why I don't like World of Tanks, and rather I just kind of clocked out of World War Tanks because it just became a game of go-karts with autoloaders. Though, fucking hell, people would just sit there and argue with me about the finer points of the game, but really at the end of the day, the game's dying and it's stagnated to power creep, where you have nothing has armor, everything has an incredible amount of fucking damage, and the things that do have armor have esoteric armor that you can't penetrate under any circumstances. And I don't mean ones you can push with advantages and are actually interesting to fight. We have the T95 fucking, what is it? The T95, Centurion, right. The T90, the Centurion with the T95 hull that has invincible turret armor. That's apparently the Clan Wars meta, as of late. I'm not sure if that's updated, but recently. It sits there, hull down, stares at you from across the map, and you cannot fucking advance on it. I'd say just desserts, really, because if you let heavy tanks actually have fucking armor, you'd have something to throw at that they couldn't actually, they would be canceling each other out. But nope, no one wants to play that game because that's anti-skill. But so, have your invincible hull down fucking, medium tank shooting gold at you as you sit there staring at each other for 15 minutes while your Clan Wars map times out. Your Clan Wars match times out. Enjoy that. Also, you can't get it anymore because Wargaming realized what a terrible mistake they did, so now you can't compete with those people because you can't acquire that tank if you don't already have it. Enjoy, fuckers. This is what I warned you about. So I have no love nor respect for anybody who, just sat there telling me that I didn't know what I was talking about because, well, now look at the game, guys. The funny thing is, the people who like the, the gold-spitting medium tanks and, their purple numbers, they got the game. They won. And now the game's shit. Like we said it was going to be. But you're gonna love Sprocket. I cannot wait. I literally cannot wait. I'm gonna be playing that as well because, as I keep saying, Sprocket is one of those games where, and if you don't know, Sprocket's a tank designer game where you can design tanks and throw them at things. I'm gonna make tanks with armor that actually fucking functions, so I actually have fucking tanks that I want. I will sacrifice things to get effective armor so that I can actually have breakthrough vehicles that actually do their fucking jobs. But, yeah, no, nobody lets me fucking do that. Play what back when T-34 Heavy was tech tree. Ah, yes, the Tier 9 that had no armor. Yeah, I did Clan. I started my Clan Wars career in there. My first Tier 10 was the T-30. I hated it. The T-30 is like a disgruntled X in my life. I like the design of the tank. I hate how it functions. I just can't get it out of my life. You didn't do the DJ Max collab? Nope, haven't done it yet because I didn't get it the first time. We'll get to that later though. So next week we're gonna run that, I suppose. We'll start getting back into a story, story content by doing that. So it's running for another 2 weeks, I think. So I may not be able to mine everything out of it, but we'll play the story and we'll enjoy it for what it is. And then Valhalla, oh fuck. Whenever the hell they get around to rerunning that event, yeah, no, we're crashing that thing like a fucking atom bomb and just pilfering everything in the event shop. Especially those, whatchamacallit, those very nice cases of beer that have like, like 50% more XP than combat reports. Those were nice. The best part is, I already got basically everything else that I wanted, so I could just sit there just pilfering all the stat boosting material. The only thing I've been grinding is trying to get my first tier 10 mouse, but I've been playing for many years. Iron Knight, not to disappoint you, but the mouse really is not worth it, even though, haha, funny meme, but the mouse has just been through so many situations that it's kind of like the poster child for what everything is wrong, what is wrong with the game. The developers fuck around with the mouse and then overbuff the mouse so it starts performing. It has things that it really shouldn't have, but people start bitching and whining because the medium tank players shoot at it and they don't do damage, and that's unfair. Even though the whole point of the mouse is to actually be invincible. I mean, being invincible is unbalanced, but being fucking durable and being able to move out and, assault positions because it has fucking armor to do so. That's kind of the whole point of the fucking mouse. Or rather, tanks like the mouse. But the mouse isn't good, and the mouse is not good for the exact reasons why the game is fucking failing. So, you can get it for your own amusement, but, don't expect it to actually win you over. When the mouse can't take rounds, you know something is fucked. Like, from the get-go, the mouse not having armor that works is due to bad balancing. But now, bad balancing and power creep have made the mouse kind of just untenable. You can't... Not only can you not play the mouse, you can't fix the mouse. Because now we've got 1970s and 80s designs, more or less, in terms of firepower. We don't have composite armor, but we do have incredibly fucking advanced weapons that are just railguns. Right now, we do not actually have any way for the armor. We're crossing into that weird ass area of armored warfare development, which is why tanks and prairie fire for Arma 3 suck so much. They just stopped trying to actually make, tanks and in any way sort of survivable against, anti-tank weapons. They gave up. It's not until the advent of composite armor did they start to care again. And in the end, they weren't right for doing that. They just were stupid about it. Because we've come around to thinking, oh, well, BMP-1, it's got like 13 people inside of it, plus the crew. So another 3 people on top, 16 people inside of BMP? Maybe it's not good the moment that thing gets hit by a single anti-tank weapon, the entire weapon explodes like a firecracker and everyone dies. Maybe that's not a good thing. Maybe let's put some armor on it, and thus we have now modern IFVs along with tanks with fucking armor. And in the end, for tanks, the thing that changed everything around was the Challenger 1 with fucking Chobham. Because the British went, what the fuck are the British and French doing? Tanks that are so fast, fast tanks that don't get hit because they use the terrain? What happens if you get shot? The Germans and French go look at you and go, oh, well, you won't get shot. You're too fast and use the train. Yes, but what happens when you can't use the terrain and you're not fast enough to avoid being shot? Germany and France look at each other and go, well, that won't happen. The British go, yeah, I'm not doing this. And that's where the Challenger 1 came from. Man, aluminum armor is great, bro. Just trust me. I forget what the fuck it was called, but there was a certain, whatchamacallit, there was there's a test study done for aluminum armor, and they hit it with RPGs, and they realized, oh fuck, this not only doesn't work, it also releases toxic gases which kill the crew even if the warhead doesn't get them. Ooh. Maybe the aluminum cans are not good. And then there's also the Sheridan, which... Aluminum armor. Caseless ammunition. Not a good idea. I like how K-11 is the epiphany of carpet bombing the enemy. Well, Delta Zero, yeah, the K-11 is just, well, you see, I want an OICW waifu, but K-11's the closest we've got, even though this isn't the OICW. I want my fucking, my retarded fucking servant future weapons squad. I want OICW and XM8, who's in the game, but I want some more synergy here. And then I want dumb shit like the lightweight 50s. You know, whatchamacallit, you'll probably know them if you played the Bad Company series for Battlefield. They actually just kind of jammed them in there, even though they were not actually, put into service. Like, I want crazy, stupid shit. I want Land Warrior. But they won't give me that, god damn it! XM 312, yeah. 312 and 313, I think? Since when was OICW here? Well, Martin, OICW is, well, that's the American thing. This is the South Korean adaptation of the OICW. They actually went ahead and did it. Yeah, XM307 was the 20mm one. And there was also the grenade launcher one. So yeah, this is essentially OICW, but not OICW. I want the Xbox huge fucking 90s prototypes. I want them, goddammit! The funny thing is we have G11 in there too, but you know what, honestly, fuck it. I want Land Warrior, so I wanna, okay, if I can't have G11, I want OICW, which is just, you can make her like a K11 like personality swap, like she has red hair and she has a completely different demeanor. K11 looks at OICW and asks, who are you? And OICW asks, I'm you, but not fucking retarded. The XM25. That's the grenade launcher variant, I think. Or rather, whatchamacallit? That's the later versions of it? No, the whatchamacallit. The last versions I don't want. They're too small. I think this is pretty much kind of sort of analogous to the final production, or rather the later stage prototypes of the OICW, but I want like the retarded huge ones. What about FAMAS Phaline with those stupid huge scopes? Striker, FAMAS Phaline. You are like little baby. Hold on 1 second. Research fucking, what was it? The Pope app? You want to laugh? Go look what the French were doing. Like, go look at what the French were doing when they saw the OICW and went, All caps, I believe it is, whatchamacallit, I can't remember exactly how it's spelled, but I believe it's, Pope app. It's fucking goofy. The exact sort of shit that I want, damn it. So, I want the OICW prototypes, but I want XM8 to actually maybe have some screen time, I guess, because she doesn't really have any screen time at all, and maybe some more art. But in addition to that, I kind of want to just kind of go digging. Like, maybe we can go digging and use, use some other rifles from the ACR program, like the AAI prototype, or the fucking, the Colt entry with duplex rounds. And then, maybe some other shit that was involved in Land Warrior as well. Fuck, call the fucking team, Land Warrior! I want my meme echelon, goddammit! I want them to have story presence! You mean the Mitre goon? No, hang on here. 1 second here, because this is dumb enough and we're playing a browser game. Hold on. Like slant cut? Okay, hang on here. Gotcha, because some cars are... Broken set. Unfortunately, I seem to have lost the point of the conversation here, but hang on here. I know what this is here. We do have the Steyr ACR. Well, actually, that's already in game. That's already a girl. We need to do new trend setting. Whatchamacallit? What was it? What was it? What was it? What was it? What I've derailed the stream, yes, but I wanted to make a point here, and now I can't remember exactly what it is, so I actually have to go on a Google searching hunt real quick. This is sort of an off-the-cuff stream anyway, but hang on, I gotta find what the fuck this was, because this is gonna bother me, and then I can't remember. Let's see here. It's that stupid anti-drone gun, which is goofy, but not exactly what I was looking for. Where? There it is. Yeah, sorry, I was wrong. It's Pop-Pop. P-A-P-O-P. What the fuck is that? Yes. Yes. You see my point? It's a slab of plastic. Hang on, there's an even better image here. Airburst grenade launcher. There's actually a pretty really good image here somewhere where the guy's holding it over the shoulder. Fuck, where is it? I had a couple of images for these, so whatchamacallit, I can't remember what, well, I don't have them on hand, obviously, and I'm not gonna go digging through my fucking hard drive, good lord, who knows what the fuck we'll find. It's a slab of plastic shaped vaguely like an FNF2K, somewhat like that, but, yeah, something like that, but the thing is, it's an OICW analog, so it's an assault rifle grenade launcher hybrid. So, dumb shit like that, and Let's see here. Whatchamacallit? There was a really good picture somewhere. Kind of ridiculous. But I can't remember where the fuck it went, but oh well. Like, shit like that. But also, additionally, now that I'm seeing here, because, what do you know, I'm actually seeing, you know, pictures of the OICW here alongside with it, because it's the same thing. Whatchamacallit? See, I'm gonna pull up this fucking image, because this is the exact meme here. Ah! Too small! Here we are looking at pictures of guns like a bunch of nerds.
The F2000 is actually pretty. Sir, we're not looking for pretty here, but okay, so, right, so, hold on here. Right. Right. So, we all have K11 in our heads here, as we just saw, right? Right? But nah, that's not good enough. That's not good enough for me. Yes, it's the OICW effectively. It's the production OICW as done by the South Koreans. That's not good enough, though. You know what we need? You know what we really need? That! I want one of those prototypes. Yes, it's stupid looking. Yes, it's huge and ergonomically infeasible, but fuck you, it's cool. Fuck you, it's cool. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want the ultimate grenadier. That's one of the, like, the 90s prototypes for the OICW. So that's what I want. Did they steal some Starship Trooper props? Next. Where do you think Starship Troopers got their ideas from? That's the 80s, though. But no, that was actually a real gun, and it was, on top of the Land Warrior system. That is a rifle grenade launcher hybrid that fires smart air bursting grenades that you can live set the fuses depending on the distance to the target. So the grenade goes off and explodes directly above the insurgents' heads. Ah, wrong one. That's a grenade launcher? Actually, sir, hold. So, B memes here. Welcome to Forgotten Weapons with Phonto. Okay, so, this is not only a grenade launcher, it's a grenade launcher with an underslung rifle. So this is the grenade launcher, and this is the assault rifle. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me use the practical terms here. Kinetic module and high explosive module. That's the switching between. Hold the fuck on. Now we're doing this. This is now an OICW stream. Hold. So, hang on here. Right. See, let me get a still image. Yes, good. A good still. So, yet again, here I am doing stupid memes, and these are so fucking tiny. What are these? What are these, future weapons for ants? God damn it. Close. Welcome to the Girls Frontline stream, where we stop playing Girls Frontline and grinding, and we talk about guns. Event? Yeah, I'll do that eventually after I'm done ogling guns. And not the actual girl guns. Actual guns. Right, so let's see here. Okay, so let me find a good image of this. I need one in a good size. Right, okay, so yeah, this is, whatchamacallit. Alright, so that's an image of all the variations of the OICW, so that's good. And also, there's the break apart! Good, there's the breakdown of it. Whatchamacallit, on top of that, do we have anything else? Also, whatchamacallit, I did the fucking video on this stupid bullshit. This is what the Ghost Recon thing is for. This gun is Ghost Recon 2 in a nutshell. I'm surprised that I'm not surprised that most people do not know about the silliness that is the OICW. Because it is, future weapons is all fuck, because this is, like, the starting, like, the standing, this is, like, the overture of future weapons. Because it didn't really go anywhere, but people are still trying to actually reuse the ideas over and over again, and it's getting easier and easier to do so. Add the Pancore jackhammer. That too. We'd like that one. You have to play. You'd have to pay Pancore again because the rights management for that gun has actually made more money than the gun sales because no one actually bought the gun. No, let it die. No, she needs to come back. She needs to be the shotgun she needs to be the shotgun tank for the future weapons echelon here. We need her back. She can't die yet. So there's the... Oh, god damn it. I can't get access to the breakdown of it. Fuck. See, is there an image of this? Shit. Despite selling not one gun. She's an evasion-based shotgun. Right, yeah. Actually, no. She's an evasion-based shotgun whose special ability is throwing her magazine forward and making landmines. The jackhammer could do that. You could use the jackhammer magazines as ad hoc landmines. It's actually one of the dumber fucking things about the gun, but you could do that. You could make shotgun landmines. All right, so yeah, unfortunately, I can't find the another image of the breakdown, but I've got plenty of images of the components here. Like, funny enough, showing up at the actual Ghost Recon fucking wiki here. Ha! Anyway, Street Trooper is better. I'm gonna have to agree to that one. The whatchamacallit, we had her yesterday. Not the Protectora, but whatchamacallit, the Striker. Right, that was the name for it. But yes, so hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Phonto's Forgotten Weapons here. Sorry about avoiding here, but well, most people don't actually watch me grind Gross Frontline. They listen to me ramble like an idiot. But here's me rambling like an idiot over images of guns. But, so, yes, so, drop this. So, welcome to OICW development here, or the Objective Individual Combat Weapon. That's what the acronym stands for. So, roundabouts the early 90s, we had, H&K, I believe, proposed this. More or less, the idea was H&K wanted to sell the G36 to the American Army, and then they needed to spice it up a bit. So, yeah, we started here, and then got here, and then here with side-by-side barrels, and still about December 95. And then something interesting happened. They literally put a G36 on the bottom of the fucking gun. And then the grenade launcher got up here, and then about January 98, we hit the peak of aesthetic. And then, and then we get a little bit more smaller and compact because the Army went, nobody can handle this. December 95 looks fine. Goofier, but not quite what I'm looking for here. But so, about 99, we start to get a bit smaller. And then a little bit over 2000s, sometime in the early 2000s, we got even smaller. And then on top of all of that, we got, here. About circa 2003, we got the XM29, which is essentially the completed OICW after all of the after all of the production had after all the development had gone down. But then they canceled the project because obviously, what is the American military aside from incredibly fucking wasteful? So we got the XM29, and they thought to themselves, okay, this isn't really working. So what if we break these apart? And then the grenade launcher component was the XM25, which is the smart grenade, and then the bottom half morphed into the XM8, which was also canceled. The XM25 was also canceled about like 3 years ago. So effectively, this went fucking nowhere and wasted billions of dollars. Wait, did you make these diagrams? No, these are images that are circulating online because I'm not the only autist that likes this fucking gun. But I want this! I want this. Give me this, but it's eat all. Yes, the K11 is basically this. The K11 is basically this. It's basically this, but, maybe a little bit chunkier and actually completed. actually made it into service. But no, fuck you. I want this. I want these things. But enough of that nonsense. We're never going to get anywhere if I keep sitting here. It's already 10 o'clock, but I ain't quite done yet today. I think we're going to be streaming a little bit longer for other things. But, let's actually go back to grinding here, right? Right, so, that's my fascination with the OICW and a lot of other weapons as well. We could go dumpster diving through all of the, like, the 90s to early 2000s attempts to modernize the, the military and, like, just go full fucking ham. We need more stupid shit. Yeah, we need to force 21 this shit. We need to force 21 this shit, and then we need a side story where it's just Metal Gear Solid 2 at the end of the day. We created echelon of future weapons, and then it's just Metal Gear Solid 2. We create this whole fucking story here. We have, OICW and a bunch of other girls that are actually, given a role. Maybe we drag XM8 that's all, XM8 in here, that's already in the game and give her some screen time and some art. Give her a story, and then, we have a chapter or an event where we basically roll out that no, it's just Girls Frontline, but it's Metal Gear Solid 2. This is what I would want if I had control of everything, but nope, I don't have control over fucking anything. Need a waifu railgun. Well, there was that, whatchamacallit, there is the Marauder, which was literally a plasma rifle that no one knows what happened with. It was apparently successfully test fired, and then, the Department of Defense just went, we're taking this, shut up. No one knows what happened to that one. But that's real. Someone did in fact make a plasma rifle, and it worked. Nobody fucking knows anything about it, though. But yes, I would like more future weapons things. The funny thing is, the frustrations with this is why I kind of made the Servants this kind of thing. Because the Servants are kind of like, what if all these future weapon developments actually went somewhere where they either had enough money put behind them that they fixed all their problems, or let's just say they worked. Cores, nice. Wow, wow. We're getting really good drops today on this map. Fuck. The true forgotten weapon, if you would, yes. Something like that, something poetic like that. Thank you, Amaterasu. But So the Servants, they're basically, aesthetically they're in the 90s, but they're a little bit more advanced than that. They just have lots of money and everything worked. So they have things like the OICW as their squad support weapon. They have the G11 as, the compact assault rifle with caseless ammunition that the child conscripts can hold. What else have they got? They have low sats on fucking Apaches, because that was a thing we did. We were going to do that, but wall came down. We had hypersonic AP missiles on attack helicopters, but the funding fell through because the Soviet Union collapsed. We were so close! We were this close to greatness! We were this fucking close to hypersonic AP missiles fired out of the fucking shotgun seat of a fucking Humvee. Wait, was that an op? What is this game about? Mech girls or guns? Just gun girls. And also, that was the SV-89, I think? It's Russian. It's not up. Actually, is the Arctic Warfare is in this game? I don't know if she is. So recently, you can capture one of the factions units and use it for our own cause. Yes, Zadex. That's what we're doing right here. We're grinding the coalition units, as they're called, and the coalition units is what gives us access to the literal fucking tank. So the Manticore is quite unique because it's literally a spider tank, which was killing us beforehand, but now we have the controls. And also, additionally, you still hear my proposal about the Manticore waifu. Make it piloted. Make a Sanguis ringleader that pilots a Manticore. Do it. I don't care if it doesn't make any fucking sense. Yes, I know it's a drone, but make one that's manned.
You need convincing? Okay, look, imagine Destroyer Gaia, right? Imagine Destroyer Gaia, right? A big titty, aged up Destroyer, right? Everybody admits that Destroyer Gaia is a pretty solid design, right? Right? Something like that? Or rather, any other your favorite, imagine your favorite, Sanguisuri ringleader, but that's the one that jumps out to me, I guess. But imagine that. Now imagine she's wearing a fucking plug suit. I got your fucking attention yet? Also, yes, the AI waifu is also a good thing. Cortana, but she's a sassy fucking Sanguis fairy AI. Yes, but we weren't supposed to have things like this because the UN says no, you can't actually have these things. But fuck you, UN, we do what we want. Yeah, really, no, we weren't supposed to have tow missiles and tanks, but we have those. I'm waiting until we literally get a tank somewhere. The UN isn't even stopping you. Right, the whatchamacallit, I don't know what's going on with the story here, but no one cares. The Russians are something like that. There was some reason Griffin and Kruger could not actually use up-to-date weapons or anything like that. Like we don't have air power. We don't have armored vehicles. We don't have modern guns. And by modern I mean super duper future weapons like railguns and whatnot. We couldn't use those. Now we're sneaking them in, and no one's stopping us. So you're playing as Blackwater, effectively Blackwater, but everyone walks around in bright red crimson dress uniforms and wears berets. And we order cocktail waitresses with guns around. Now we got the Sanguis to carry us to victory. Yes, now we've got deranged homicidal androids that went Skynet rogue and killed their human masters, now under our employ again. Because that's how this shit started. We were doing this, and Sanguis Ferry was actually a major contractor to the military, and then some of their factories just kind of went up and said, down with the human race, killed all of the human workers, and declared themselves independent. Most of the story up to now has been fighting these fuckers, and then bigger evils arrive. But now, of course, the two bitter enemies must unite under one banner in order to save the world, kinda. Rolling out the T-34. I also do want vehicle echelons, thank you. And I think the AI, the mechanics that the mechanics that I came up with are pretty solid. You have a standard T-Doll echelon, but you equip the, you equip the, a vehicle, like say, a fucking Sherman. You equip a fucking Sherman to an echelon. And the echelon screen is shows that one unit, but the portrait takes up the entire, like, all the 5 slots on the echelon. So you have one echelon taken up by one unit, and then you have the unit portrait take up all 5 of those slots. And then you have a literal fucking tank. Like, fuck. Box standard M1 Abrams. Fucking T-72s. T-34s. Anything. IFVs. Humvees. Something. Come on now. I'll admit the mechanics for the Sanguis Ferry, coalition units, their echelons are different and intriguing, but come on now, we can do this. We can get T-Dolls and main battle tanks. Wouldn't you want a harem inside of a main battle? Wouldn't you want wouldn't you want vehicle, crew waifus? Like, every single fucking time they release one, it's like, it's a new GUP crew. Wouldn't you like to command literally just girls and Panzer rejects? Let's just buy tanks and call it power armor so they can't say we got tanks. I mean, yes, you could mislabel them as whatchamacallit, you buy a tank and you call it four-door sedans, right? But that opens another thing. Yeah, sure, okay, so we don't get tanks. Can we have Manticore equivalents? Can we have, like, fucking K-suits from, like, Appleseed or, Bubblegum Crisis? Can we be the advanced police? Can we be the AD police up in this bitch? Please? Can we demolish 6 city blocks trying to arrest one person? There are things we could do with this, but I don't know. The Girls Frontline developers are going their own way with this sort of shit, but I just have funny ideas that I want to see. Can we buy a Metal Gear? Well, some say that M4A1 Mod 3 is actually a Metal Gear. So, some say we already have that. But, in terms of statistics. It's not a mech, it's power armor. Yes, it's internal combustion assisted wall of steel. Yes. Yes, it's power assisted cover. Yeah. Power assisted barricades. It's kind of like a speed bump. And we just call it the fucking Berlin Brigade, I guess. Because their nickname was the Speed Bumps, because everyone knew that if the Russians decided to take Berlin, the Berlin Brigade was not going to be able to stop them. They had fucking great camouflage, though. Okay, so where the fuck are we in terms of leveling here? Again, you. Not necessarily you, but I suppose it'll be your edgier sister. You with bigger breasts, yes. You. Stern-looking, stern-looking face. Narrower eyes. Red hair. Ponytail flipped on the other side. Giant breasts. Come on. You can see this, right? Doesn't like sugar all that much. Drinks heavily. Eyes drawn to crotch. Yeah, it's funny. Whatchamacallit, K11 actually has rejected art. I've said this before. K11 has rejected art where you can actually see her underwear, but that was apparently no bueno, so they got rid of that. Now her art doesn't look like she's wearing anything at all underneath those shorts. Yeah, K11 and OICW, but it's Pola and Zar from Azur Lane, or Ram and Ram from, that other anime we don't talk about. You don't have to do that. You could make an entirely new design, and I God bless you, but still. Come on now. Honestly, I think Architect even already fills that role, but they've got the same fucking personality, though. We gotta have a personality facelift here. So actually, let's go melt down those cores, too, because we got a lot of those. That map was actually paying out pretty good. Luck was good today. Also, T-Doll. Hoomst. Is Papa Shaw. Oh, okay. We don't need Papa Shaw, but is Papa Shaw. Am I getting Vector yet? Anybody? Hello? Am I gonna get Vector, or am I gonna get more fucking 45s? She's been showing up a lot lately. It's kind of scary. Like, wait. There's a third one, too. She's been multiplying. I don't know what she's doing, but she's kind of starting to alarm me. We don't need this Ingram here, but cores. Okay, right, cores. Wait, 7 cores. Huh?
I thought it's 1 core per unit. Where the fuck are we getting a 7th core? Engram, not Mac 10. Why? Licensing issues, most likely. That's why we have G11 and GR416. Because don't pay fucking HK. 45 wants to solidify herself as your waifu. No, I don't wanna. No. No, I don't wanna listen to Doomer music at 4 a.m. Can we at least drink heavily? Whole 7 courses. I'm trying to. Hang on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I guess I can't fucking count. Oh, it's no. Okay, it's 4 and 3. Yeah, right, no. Duh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm an idiot that can't count. Sorry, it's late and I'm running entirely on coffee, but I might have a change of pace here. A whole fucking 7 cores, though. Which we will most likely immediately spend on Mark 23? Yes. How many courses does Xana need? Or Dana, right? Not Xana. Don't fucking. Yes, but also no. You could put the Z over there, but no. Dana, pronounce boss's name properly. Right. So need more. Okay. Do we get another? Can I get a quick production out of this one? Can I feed my gambling addictions? Because I don't actually have enough fucking... Yes! Good. But also, whatchamacallit? That'd be Armory. Right, but, where is it? Where is it? Also, I got, these jokers, which there's XM8. How about that? But yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna get more of these. Also, PP90 is over here because, okay. But, I'm a feeling that these are going to continue to grow here as I try to get Vector. It's kind of alarming. I don't want to break them down, too, because M45 actually is a pretty good tank. And, I have been having trouble actually getting her to drop since the fucking get-go. That's actually the first fucking time she's ever dropped on my account, but now I have 3 of her. I've been trying to get her since, like, day 1, and this is the first time she showed up. It's Galil. What a fucking shocking surprise there. Another 2-star girl that we don't need. Nope! Okay. Alright, folks. I am going to go to the bathroom, and then I'm going to think here a bit. I'm going to think. You asked 1 and Game gave 3. Gave Game 3, 1 for every year fucking late on that request. But be right back, folks.
Alright, folks, I am back. Sorry about that. My grandmother needed some help with something, and also I had to feed my cat. So, just human things, right? Okay, so where are we right now in the formation here? Also, I note that, Uh-oh. Just realized something looking down at the chat. The back of my brain went, I haven't heard from Taro in a while. I wonder if he actually did take up that art request. Then I look over at my Discord and the other monitor, and I see a ping at a certain channel that isn't safe for work here. I wonder if these two things are linked to each other. But, you know, just normal things here on my life and stream. Okay, so, I know we gained a couple levels with Scarecrow. We did get, right, so, I forgot exactly how many levels we got, but we got a decent amount of levels. I was about to say, he's been around in voice a bit lately. Must be bored, but hey. We're an accepting club here. Suppose you want to call us you want to call us a classy theater. It says all ages welcome, but maybe not entertained. Okay, so I forgot exactly which level we started at, but I know we gained a couple of levels here. Yeah, let's get up to 36 here. We can do a little bit more. Do a teensy bit more, and then I kind of want to fuck around with Arma on stream, and I think people are gonna, whatchamacallit, you know, like what I'm doing, because I'm gonna be doing a bit of crafting, even though I'm not gonna be responsible for jamming this in at the end of the day, but whatchamacallit, a bit of a preview for some off-the-wall fucking ideas we might have for our Arma streams once, you know, when we have a quiet day and we want to freshen some things up here. I think we're all glad, even though the Mike Force operations aren't really going as well as we'd hope. We're all glad to be playing Arma again after the downtime that we had. So, I'm not in a hurry to fuck that up and just interject new ideas, but I also want to play with some things, and I think, well, maybe if I show you guys, you'll share my enthusiasm. Everyone is welcome if they can stomach the content. Pretty much. We don't actively turn people away in my Discord. But, we also, don't, really comply with many people in certain wishes if they happen to be, well, personal problems. But that's not to say that we don't help people. We try. We really do. But, we don't, how should I put this? We don't do anything important at the end of the day. Let's just skip over that entirely. We don't do nothing important. I just realized I'm gonna have to download everything for Arma with my new comp. Well, Iron Knight, we definitely need the people for it because, well, we got some new we've got some newfangled toys to play with in, whatchamacallit, Mike Force right now, and then we might have a couple more depending on how certain things go. How well can those ODST pods take AA fire anyway? You want to find out? Because we've got some testing to do. We got a lot of testing to do, and I think we can get some other things working as well. But, Martin, I did do some specifics. We apparently cannot jangle it into Mike Force. So if we actually do what I'm trying to plot here, and what Doug suggested as well, and I know Doug and Spartan want to try it as well. If I'm thinking here, we're gonna have to go back to playing Liberation again, which is functional, but just a bit different. So we'll be doing Liberation, and I download the mission file, and that's what we're gonna be tinkering around in. It'll have to be, yeah. Ace is required for all of the shit that runs, and also Ace Medical is also required. But there's also some fun things that I'm going to show you. And so everybody else about Ace Medical, that don't freak the fuck out. It's actually really, it's actually, in a weird way, fair and actually balanced.
Yes, but Martin, you don't like. I know that reaction, but wait until you see what the fuck we can get away with. Wait, why are you training a Prowler? Because it's the extra small Prowler. It's a joke. It's just, it's being corpse dragged. The whatchamacallit? The Brute's shit too, but I'm gonna have one of every unit, Zedek. So it's not exactly intelligent, but... Dah! Also, I'm trying to, you know, meme some more art here. Since, I think on a scale of, you know, Sanguis Fairy Mooks, I think Brute's probably the sluttiest just on a, you know, inspection. Probably not in personality, but just in design-wise. But we only have chibi art, so we need to fix that. Anime is trash and so are your wife. Important question. Opinion on anime girls? That's a very broad question. Anime girls are great. If I want to be, whatchamacallit, concise about it, I suppose, 2D best, 3D pig disgusting. Do you want to be, concise about it? Here, one single fucking slip space rupture detected, your head is going to, on a fucking pike. Yes, Martin, however, you see, this is the thing about it. Even though there is an expansion that does, in fact, add some very special additions. However, the expansion, the mod's called Operation Trebuchet because in Halo War, Operation Trebuchet was the last action by the UNSC Navy against colonial separatists. So, Martin, we are actually oppressing the natives. So this was the assertion that Doug put forward, and I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, we get to be ODSTs fighting Vietnamese? We get to be orbital shock drop troopers and fighting Vietnamese farmers? Yes? And there are some weird things that you're gonna see that I think it's gonna make everybody interested and also belay some fears about Ace Medical being turned on. We'll play Doctor because I can actually do Ace Medical, but there are some interesting things that keep the experience challenging, but also fix, or rather make some things very easy to understand. ODSTs against the Vietnamese. Mm-hmm. Do that one scene from Genocidal Organ where one of the ODST pods lands on a terrorist. Clearly, I'm gonna start the operation by making a reference that just after we all pack up and we get ready to file into the drop pods, which I got working, by the way, I just clap my hands and look at the entire group and go, okay, ready to kill some kids? Kadusha will laugh, because he's the one who fucking instilled these stupid-ass memes in me. You're playing right now? I'm gonna get, whatchamacallit, I think we're up there. I'm gonna get Brute here to level 36, right? No, and then we're gonna stop for a minute, because I haven't really accomplished anything tonight, but it's getting rather late. And, yeah, we're gonna just slam through the DJ Max event next week, I think. But, I guess I'm just spinning my wheels and wasting a bit of time here. Just kind of earning some new things, I guess. And also making the gacha rolls. But hey, at least Scarecrow's getting some levels. Okay, so... Actually, no, yeah, 36, we're good. We're making pitiful XP because I think we're up higher than the curve, I think? What was it? Shit. I know the other map's probably gonna reward me with more XP because the unit levels are lower because of the threshold there. I forget what the cutoff is. But it's not really gonna matter anyway, because we can do this all fucking day. Why? Because corpse dragging fucking Manticore here. Alright, so I think we're good here. We got Scarecrow up there. I suppose what we're doing here is we're corpse dragging more things and also leveling Scarecrow. Don't you have 0-2? Yes, but there is a... Well, actually, hang on here. Let me double check this, because I know that there's an XP threshold where if you aren't within the level range for an area, it won't reward you full XP, which I think we're over that line currently. I can't remember for the life of me what the fuck the ranges were. I think, whatchamacallit, 4-3E stops being effective after, like, level 60, I think? I cannot fucking remember, though. I had a breakdown when the game launched, because I was actually prepared when the game actually launched. But that's not now, really. 0-2 generally has more XP than 4 or 5 anyway. I suppose, but let's have a look-see here. Let me just double check. I want to see exactly how much XP per battle. Because we, whatchamacallit, we had, we were getting like 320-ish, so if we get like 500 up here, we should be up here, but let's see. But I think we're not going to get that much XP because the unit levels are too lower, even if the corpse dragging extraordinaire Manticore actually survives. So, let's go easy on this echelon. Let's go that way and then over there. Because this is gonna be a tough fight from general. This actually makes a dent. Here is 490. Let me see. 4-3E is 40 to 75. Yeah, we're lower than that. We were in 5-4. So we'd be even more disadvantaged there. So we'd probably make around the same or even less here. You see that? Isn't that wonderful? I love corpse dragging in the morning. It's such a wonderful pastime. Great way to start the fucking day. 588. Okay, no, we're making more XP up here. And the Manticore is way higher level, so it's above the threshold, or in the threshold. So as you can see there, it's making way more fucking XP than everything else. So, you see, it's a great way to start the day, corpse dragging. Call me the fucking necromancer, because I can do this shit all day. I swear to God, I still want to unironically nickname the Manticore Meat Wagon. Look at all the no fucking damage everyone is taking. Thanks, Manticore. Wait, what? Scouts are melee, yet they fire for a considerable distance. Okay, Micah. Yeah, whatchamacallit, the guides that I've been reading have similar fucking giant question marks on their fucking heads over this. They noted this, so like, this is a melee unit, but scouts have guns. And they're also tanks, so they wouldn't actually attack. So, huh? But the upside for scouts is they have like 200 fucking evasion when they're maxed out. And they get an ability that increases damage done to a single target by like 30%. It just laser designates a target and says, kill this. Scarecrows with their funnels for days. So, I don't really think I'm going to use Scarecrow that often, but really you need a ringleader in an echelon in order to make it actually sing, which is, I want 3 Manticores. But here's the thing. If I get my way, if I get my way, damn well I better. If I get my way, we'll have a Manticore-based Sangvis Ferry ringleader, and then we'll have 3 Manticores, and it'll be optimal, and it will stand for 1,000 years. Really, fuck. What guide, by the way? Fuck if I remember. Oh, actually, no. The guide that I'm using, whatchamacallit, the one hosted on Matsuda Tips. They seem generally knowledgeable about most things. I reference that, and then the IOP wiki for some things. I bounce around and read some things. Reject waifu, return to machine. But what if I make the machine an actual waifu? Again, what if we just kind of, you know, crack open the cockpit of, crack open the upper section of the Manticore and put in a pilot seat, or like, Not even really a pilot seat, just a throne. And then, plug in a Sanguis Ferry ringleader into it. Okay, so 0-2, we do get more XP, so we should be doing that. Not only should we be doing that, we have no downsides for doing so, because Manticore! Do we know that there isn't a T-Doll inside the tank? Well, it says drone, so yes, but come on now, you could retcon that it's not like we have fucking documentation on any of these units. Like, official lore shit for this. Come on now. Why not make the Manticore a half android, half spider tank waifu? Broken Set, now you're cooking with some fucking culture. I'm thinking about that. Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ. What if we actually have, like... Yeah, what if it's just like what if it's a Manticore fucking chassis with, 4 giant fucking legs, and then what if you just stick the torso of a T-Doll on top of it? Ha! That would get some serious Y boners from people. Yes! Ragnar. Yes, that kind of thing. So what if you just kind of just get rid of everything up here and just kind of like bring it down, maybe get it. Well, actually, you kind of have to put the gun somewhere else because then people will be making Futanari jokes. You can't really do that and have the giant gun be positioned where it is. Then people will be making dick jokes like nobody's business. Gonna have to move that around. Gonna have to give her a different setup of equipment. Maybe give her some missile launchers or something like that. Something. So shoulder mounted giant gun. Come out the guns a la gun cannon method, or you could make the gun. You could shorten the gun, as in you could kind of like the Zeta, the double Zeta Gundam's high mega cannon, and just kind of have it be very short on the front, so people can make vagina jokes instead. Right? There's more internals than externals. Totally works. Saved. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so, boob nipple cannons? I mean, also true. However, the problem is, the problem with that is, then we gotta worry about functionality there, where, okay, she doesn't have a lower half, so you can't really fuck it, but, tit jobs and blow jobs are still optional, I suppose, there. That's still functional, but, yeah, you're kind of getting head from a giant, terrifying mecha spider, which, again, why boners? See, I think about these things. See, I know if I'm ever gonna get out there in the real world and make anime or make, anime intellectual properties, I'm gonna have to sit there and look at my female and male character designs and say, how do I sell the sex here? Because that's what everyone's going to be thinking about. I know people are gonna want to fuck these characters no matter how or what I do. Doubly so if I make them make any of them endearing or inspire an affection at all. Even if I don't mean it, they'll do it. They'll figure it out. Degenerates. But how do I encourage that? How do I cater to that? How do I make money off of it? What the fuck am I doing? Broken Set, you're joining in on the fun. But okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, we really didn't get anything done in Girls Frontline today, but we're gonna be playing more. We're gonna be playing more next week, and I'm in the background managing things. But now we're gonna do something stupid. And by stupid, I mean entertaining. Place hold! Modular T-Doll. Yeah, right, no, so, okay, Diabeta. Okay, so her combat form is she has the Manticore, legs, and then any equipment on there, and then for... Yes. Yeah, so and then when she's walking around in story cutscenes and, talking to people, she has a set of legs that are obviously, spare parts, I guess, but, Also, she doesn't wear pants. Yes. Obviously. They would get in the way. It'd be less efficient to exchange parts in an emergency. See, now I've got the Strike Witch's crowd. Yes! Yes, we've got something! Be right back, folks.